Good evening, everyone. Hi, this is Abhishek from Learnbay. We have Mr. Utkarsh over here who will be taking this session. So I'll just give an introduction about Utkarsh. So he's having around 10 years of experience. Mr. Utkarsh, you are there? Utkarsh, are you there?
Yes, Abhishek, I'm here. Yep.
Okay, so Mr. Utkarsh is having around 10 years of experience in the field of data science, and he has total working experience of 10 years, and mainly his major experience is into the data science, and currently working as a senior data scientist in one of the leading investment banking organization, which is JP Morgan. And though he is having a major of his experience into the banking domain, but apart from the banking domain, he has experience into the aerospace domain, retail domain, supply chain, logistic, and coming to his education. So he has done his graduation from BITS Pilani in electronics and communication, as well as he's an alumni of IIM Bangalore as well, where he has an active participant into the strategy and planning. So I'll hand over this session to Mr. Utkarsh, who is one of the mentor, and he's associated with Learnbay since beginning. And apart from his experience into the data science, he is also keen to guide people, student, those who wants to make the transition into the data science. It's a quite new field, and I understand, like, you guys also might be having many doubts which you want to clear, or you might be having doubts whether data science is safe to make the transition into, or how you can make your career in the field of data science in banking industry. So I'll be taking all these questions one by one, and first I'll start with this session, and then we will be taking up the questions towards the end. Okay, so thank you guys, and all the best for this session. Yes, Mr. Utkarsh, you can start the session now.
Okay, thanks, Abhishek. So hello everyone, this is Utkarsh. So I'll just share my screen and then we will quickly start. Okay. I hope all of you are able to see my screen. And let me, can somebody confirm me if they are able to see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Yes.
So anyways, Abhishek has given my introduction. So quickly, before I'll start, I'll give you a couple of points about me, and then I'll give you a couple of why we are being
Yeah, Mr. Utkarsh. Guys, we have kept everyone we have disabled the mic. If you guys have any question during this session, you guys can go ahead and write the question into the chat box. We'll be getting back to you one by one, and we'll give the mic option towards the end. Okay. So, sir, मैं आपको host बना रहा हूँ. So, if you want to take up the question from someone, then you can enable them. You can enable their mic. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So, okay. So before I'll start, I'll just give a quick introduction about myself again. So as Abhishek already told you, so I'm currently working as a data scientist in one of the leading bank, and I'm working with JP Morgan and Chase as of now. So we are, I'm purely into investment banking as of now. But before that as well, I have an experience working with the e-commerce, retail, and manufacturing domain, supply chain and logistic, and these areas. Even I worked into entertainment industry as well. I was working with Colors, one of the project on Colors. Colors is a channel, TV channel. So, but my major experience is in banking domain, and from past 6 years, I'm associated with the banking area. I worked with the ANZ Bank. ANZ is Australia and New Zealand Bank, where we were specifically specifically into the retail banking. And now I'm catering into investment bank with the JP Morgan and Chase. Okay. I have a degree in electronics and communications engineering. Apart from that, I'm also an alumni from IIM Bangalore, where I have my majors were into strategy and planning and marketing. So this is a short introduction about myself. And now after that, some of the points I want to discuss with you guys, that before we'll start the session, I would like this session to be interactive. So wherever you guys feel like asking questions, I'll enable the controls for everyone, so you can always ask the question whenever you want. And another thing is, uh, uh, what agenda we will be having today to discuss is, first we will be going to discuss about AI and machine learning in the banking. And then one of the most important area which all of us want to discuss about is career prospects in banking with AI, positions, organizational structures, and salaries of job roles related to AI in banking, use cases in banking with AI, and 6 lessons from the data scientist in this banking industry. So what will be happening, specifically speaking, in these two areas, careers and positional and organizational structure, this is the core area where I want to focus in today's session. And I want you guys to ask a lot of questions in these particular two agendas, because what will happen, this is the main area where like everybody will be having the doubts, like how to transition, where to transition, when to transition, is it a good time to transition when the layoffs are going on, recession is going on. Another thing is like experience levels. So many of the people might be having the questions with respect to their experience level. Can I transition in this particular area? I am just 2-year experience. Can I transition? I am 20-year experience or 27-year experience. So all these things we will be going to discuss in this particular agenda, in these 2 points, career prospects and in the positions and organizational structure. Though I have not included this into the PPT in the slides, this I would like to discuss with you in the sessions, in our interaction itself, because this is something which is very situational. So we will be going to discuss about that. Then we will be seeing like what all possible use cases are there in the banking, and what all places are there in the banking area and financial area where like AI and ML are giving us the optimization and automation in terms of generating revenues and all. And then in the final aspect of the session, I will be just closing the session with respect to the 6 core lessons which I understood, which I learned during my career, not even in banking, but for the entire 10 years of career, what all things I learned, I'll be going to discuss with you in those 6 slides, which I have kept it as 6 lessons from a data scientist. So with this, I'll just start the session, and I'll try to give you ask all to unmute. So I think you guys can unmute yourself whenever you want, and you can raise the hands as well. Okay, so I want you guys to be on mute when you are not asking the questions, but I'm just enabling this unmuting function, so you can anytime ask the question whenever you want. You can always raise your hand if in between you have any questions, so I'll be able to see that in the participant screen. So I will be just opening this screen in the site, so you guys, so we will be able to interact with each other. So again, my request to everyone is, you just make sure whenever you have a question, feel free to ask the questions and we will discuss. Don't worry about the kind of question you are asking. It's okay if question will be non-relevant, we probably will not discuss that. Okay, so with that, I'll start the first slide, first section of today's session. So AI and ML and its uses in banking sector. So first of all of us, you know about these terminologies: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Apart from this AI, ML, and DL, also we have a few other areas available, which are specifically called as natural language processing, NLP, computer vision, and all these things are available. So before I'll go into this particular discussion, I just want you to understand how data science is being defined and how data science actually looks like when you will be going somewhat deeper. So I want to just draw a small graph for your reference for better understanding about this data science umbrella. So simply speaking, data science is a combination of multiple domains within itself, okay? Or I would like to say multiple areas within itself. So one of the area under data science is called as statistical modeling, okay? So this is one of the area where we create the statistical models for the companies, and generally the consulting firms are using statistical modeling, and another firms which are relying heavily on the statistical modeling is banking. Banking is one of the area Insurance is one of the another area which heavily relies on the statistical modeling. Another area of data science is machine learning. Okay, this is again a very commonly used terms which you guys would have heard of. So statistical modeling, I know not many people are talking about statistical modeling, but statistical modeling is one of the most important area which we are using in the banking space. Okay, another area is basically called as deep learning, which again comes under data science. And then after that, we have another area which is called as NLP, or natural language processing. Natural language processing is basically works when you are working with the textual data and your voice, the language in which we speak generally. So that is called as natural language processing. Another area is computer vision. Okay, this is also again one more important area available in the field of data science. So computer vision is the area which deals with this particular kind of data, videos, okay, videos, images, and these kind of stuff. So when you have videos and images to work with, then in this case, computer vision will be the area to go. Another area in this is Internet of Things, IoT. And one more area which is additionally available here is artificial intelligence. So IoT is again when you are clubbing multiple embedded based technologies, digital technologies together with the help of artificial intelligence is called as Internet of Things. So multiple areas are available, and if you would like to understand in which area basically banking is using, which area banks are using more or less in this particular portion, so definitely banks are using statistical modeling for their statistical calculation for their any kind of forecasting related stuff. They work with this particular things when they do marketing and customer acquisition marketing, and when they want to come up with the strategies to capture the market size in the available in the market, which is available in terms of acquiring the customers, then they are going with the machine learning. I'll discuss about this particular thing in detail. Similar way, deep learning is being used. NLP is basically when you are working with the text data. So many of the times you would have seen nowadays on the banking website, the chatbots are available. So chatbot is a simple example of natural language processing. So where like you can directly ask anything to this chatbot and chatbot will be replying for your queries. So we will be removing the extra overhead with respect to in terms of hiring the people or people in the call center. So now if I have this chatbot available, I don't need call center folks to work for me. Another area similarly is available here is computer vision. So computer vision, I told you, it is basically used for videos and images. Now we can think of, so how come videos and images will be useful for us in the banking scenario, where videos and images are available in the banks. So I'll tell you where actually videos and images are available into banks. One of the area where computer vision can be used is KYC. Okay, so know your customer. So nowadays many of the banks have started doing know your customer on the basis of videos. So they actually click your videos, you will be actually registering via the apps, and these banks will be verifying you on the basis of your video. Another area is basically signature detection. This is one of the very specific example. So till now what was happening, a banker is actually verifying your signatures on the check. But now if you can actually capture the image of the signature, then machine itself will be verifying this particular signature, that if it belongs to you or some other customer, if it is a fraudulent signature or if it is a non-fraudulent signature. Very heavily this particular technique is very heavily being used in the fraud detections, which are generally happening with respect to the signatures. So these are mainly specifically are the areas where like our AI and ML comes into picture, data science comes into picture. So more or less banks are using all the areas available into the data science industry to solve various kind of cases, various kind of scenarios. So in simple terms, artificial intelligence is the technique to make computers to imitate human intellect and behavior. So basically artificial intelligence is nothing but we are trying to mimic your brains, biological neural network. So how a human being is thinking, how your brains are thinking, similar way we are trying to mimic that particular capability into the artificially intelligent systems. Machine learning is a subset of AI that uses statistical algorithms to learn patterns from historical data in order to predict the future outcome. So machine learning and statistical modeling run side by side. They are basically helping you to understand the data, analyze the data, and then to take the decision on the basis of the analyzed data. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning that uses neural networks in order to learn complex patterns and vast amount of data. Now, deep learning is an advanced area of machine learning, which is using machine learning, which is using advanced level of prediction techniques, to do the further analysis on your available data. So in detail, you guys will be understanding these things when you will be going and entering in this particular area. Okay. So now I'll just move on to the next slide. So in next slide, I'm showing you here one diagram, which again shows you how artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learnings are interrelated to each other. So basically simply speaking, what is happening, each of these areas are subset for the other area. So basically all are interrelated, all goes side by side, and all these three areas are being used into the banking industry. Now, as I spoke to you about AI, machine learning, and deep learning, so again, so I have shown you here this subdivision of statistical modeling, machine learning, deep learning, and these areas. But then apart from this particular area also, further there is a further subdivision available when you will be entering in this particular area. For example, deep learning. So you have further algorithms available into deep learning area, which are commonly called as LSTM, autoencoders, RNN, GAN, CNN. And similarly, in machine learning area, you have further sub-classification available where you have multiple algorithms like support vector machines, linear regression, logistic regression, k-means clustering, random forest, and so on. And so on. For artificial intelligence, we have couple of algorithms available. So I have just written here very few algorithms which are available into these particular areas, but we have lot more algorithms available in each of these areas, which can be used by various industries depending on the application part. Okay, I have just now here written only the algorithms which are very much specifically very highly used into the banking industry and into the banking area. Okay, so now this is another diagram which is actually referring to the various areas available into the data science industry in the machine learning. So basically machine learning is again connected to various kind of learning mechanisms, unsupervised, supervised learning mechanism. We have classification techniques, we have regression techniques, we have dimensionality reduction techniques, and then we have reinforcement learning. Okay, so these are the areas again available under the machine learning. So in simple terms, I'll just give you an idea. Supervised learning is basically when you are teaching the machine learning algorithm what needs to be done. In simple terms, unsupervised learning means machine itself is learning what needs to be done. Okay, and reinforcement learning is machine will be failing and then learning on the basis of rewards. So each of these areas are having its own capabilities, its own applications, and its own benefits, which you will be going to see in detail when you will be again entering in this particular domain. Okay, but these are the areas where like you guys have to touch upon when you will be entering on this in this particular industry. Okay, now another thing is I just want to discuss couple of use cases in the artificial intelligence area with respect to banking before we go into the career transition discussion. So one of the so few of the areas I have given on the screen, like where this particular use cases can be derived with the help of machine learning and AI. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Mr. Utkarsh, so Abhishek here. So you wanted me to share something?
No.
Okay. So there was an unmute request that I received. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, so I have unmuted the students actually. So
okay.
They can ask the questions. Okay, thanks, Abhishek. So now one of the area under the banking is optimizing the sales and marketing process in B2C and B2B. Okay, B2C means business to customers and B2B means business to business. So one simple description about B2C and B2B I will give you, where banks actually comes with these particular two terms, B2C and B2B. So B2C is basically called as direct talking to the customers. For example, all of us are having bank accounts, our salary accounts in the banks, right? So we are directly issuing the checks, we are directly transferring the money, we are paying the electricity bills, we are going to bank and we are actually we are going to banks and we are basically asking them to make the DDs for us. Then we are asking them to invest some amount for us into some other particular kind of scheme run by government or somebody else, even by the bank. Okay, so right now what is happening, as a customer you are directly interacting with the bank. So this particular scenario is called as B2C. Now B2B is when banks are interacting with the businesses, big businesses, for example Amazon, for example Big Bazaar, DMart. So now these people are also having their accounts, their revenues are going into these particular banks for storage purpose, for cash management purpose. So two areas are there where like they are interacting, where the money is coming from customer and businesses. So B2C and B2B. So one of the area where like artificial intelligence can be used in, basically we can find out how to target the customers, how to optimize the sales and marketing process for us. Simple example is, for example, right now, can I find out some, so suppose as a bank, I have launched a new credit card and this is a travel credit card. Okay, so if you will be using this particular credit card, you will be getting the discounts on Make My Trip, Agoda, and these kind of website when you will be booking the flight tickets. Okay, so in these particular kind of case scenarios, can I find out the potential people who will be taking this particular credit card? So for example, definitely suppose if you are talking about Utkarsh. So Utkarsh is a kind of person who never travels by the flights. He generally travels by the by train and bus and these kind of stuff. Or Utkarsh is having his own car, so he generally doesn't travel by the flights. So for Utkarsh, this card is not making any sense. If I will be randomly picking the people and offering the card, if I will be randomly calling the people and if I will be randomly giving the cards to these particular customers, probably Utkarsh will not be taking this card. Or another thing is, suppose Utkarsh has taken this card, then there is a high chance Utkarsh will not be using this card. Then there will be the cost associated in terms of generating this card, manufacturing this card. Then to find out the customer, I have to hire a person in the call center who will be actually calling Utkarsh and will be offering this card. And later what will be happening? We are not generating any revenue on this particular credit card because Utkarsh is not at all using this card. So machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms help you to identify the potential customers who will be making the revenue for you in longer durations by targeting the customers who will be using your services for the particular area. So it optimizes the sales and it optimizes the marketing process. And this is something is the area where exactly I work currently. So I am actually working into this area where like I target the people on the basis of their behaviors, right? So I search people over the couple of various kind of strategies are there. So we collect the data from various sources. So probably we are buying your data from Make My Trip. So now suppose if Atul is there, Atul is having a lot of activity on Make My Trip. Definitely Atul is the potential customer for this airline card. Instead of giving this card to somebody else, suppose if I'm giving this card to Sakshi and Sakshi is more active on Flipkart, she's not more active on the Make My Trip. So definitely Sakshi is not the relevant customer for this card, because then probably she will be using this card very less and she will be using some other reward cards or some other shopping card more times from some another bank. So these are the some problems and issues available which can be directly solved by using your machine learning and AI related stuff. Now driving revenue growth. So again, it can actually do the personification, and basically it can give you the idea. So we have machine learning algorithms which can actually segregate your revenue growth. So it can tell you from where your revenue is coming exactly, if it is coming from credit card area, business banking, consumer banking, or some other kind of driver is responsible for bringing the revenue growth. So all these things can be identified by using machine learning and statistical growth. Then operational processes. So you can also automate the operational processes. Some sort of what we call it as repetitive work can be automated. For example, one simple example I'll give you in this area is home loan, right? So now in home loans process, what is happening in home loan, you have to do a very huge amount of documentation. You have to submit salary slips. You have to submit 3 months of bank statement. You have to submit your tax returns, multiple documents, more than 50 documents you have to submit to your bank when you are applying for a home loan. And it is a tedious process of 1.5 months. Now we have the algorithms developed from the computer vision area and natural language processing area, because generally documents are basically contains the text, and they contains the signatures and all these things. Signatures and these text area are coming under the NLP and computer vision. So with the help of computer vision and NLP techniques, we can actually automate this signature verification, signature identification, and your position detection. All these things can be automated by using NLP and these kind of things. And the work which you are doing, the loan which you are giving previously in the 1 month of time, now you can provide that loan within 3 hours or 1.5 hours. So your algorithm will extract all the entities, all the data from these documents, which is the relevant data for you. It can automatically take the decision on the basis of the data extracted from your documents. For example, I will automatically extract your salary, your designation, your company, and all these things from your documentation, your tax returns, and all these things. And on the basis of that, I will just decide the amount of loan which can be given to you. And algorithm can take the decision, and somebody from the business side just can quickly verify this, and they can provide you loan within hours, instead of now going through a rigorous process of 30 days or 40 days. So there is an operational process improvement happening in the with the help of machine learning. Credit risk management. Another area is where we can do the where it is helpful is fraud detection and credit risk management. So for example, simple example I'll give you. Previously, like I'm talking like 5 to 7 years back. So 5 to 7 year backs, the way credit cards are being offered was they will randomly call anyone, and they will just be telling, do you want to take the credit card? And suppose this guy is a student. Even though this guy is a student or this guy is not working, banks were offering the credit card, because at that point of time, banks were having the target to sell as many as credit card they can sell. They were not looking for the they were not thinking from the fraud perspective and all that. Now what was the biggest problem happening during that time was people were taking credit cards, and they were utilizing the spend limits, and then they were not paying back. And there were people who are not having bank account at all in the banks, but still they were able to get the cards from the companies, from the banks. So these were the areas, like again, machine learning and AI can identify these kind of frauds. They can find out what is your swipe pattern is. So for example, generally speaking, whenever I swipe my credit card, I generally swipe it for 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. I generally do the shoppings into retail marts. I go and do the shopping on Amazon and all these kind of things. But nowadays, what is happening? Suddenly, suppose my card is, so generally, so I am doing the swiping for 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. But suddenly I have swiped one day for 50,000 rupees. I was buying a washing machine. And when I swiped for 50,000 rupees, I suddenly got a call from the bank, and bank told me, sir, have you done the transaction of 50,000 rupees? So I told, yes, I did this transaction. Okay, sir. So we are holding this transaction. If you are confirming us yes, then we will approve this transaction. I told, yes, I'm confirming this transaction. So now then they have approved. So now this is the impact, and this is the actually penetration of AI and ML into the banking area. So AI and ML saves a lot of money for banks, huge amount of money for the banks. And that is the reason it is the most highly sought technology being used into the banks. And now it is generating new money revenue streams for banks as well. So now bank can identify that if somebody is swiping your card for more amount or not, they can call you and they can actually confirm with you. So nowadays they have opened up one more new stream where they will be offering you the insurance on your credit card theft. They will tell you, sir, take this insurance from us, 1,000 rupees insurance, and if your credit card will be stolen or will be swiped for some bigger number, we will be paying you back, so your card will never be stolen. Now they have so much sophisticated algorithms in the AI available that that situation will never arrive, that your card is being stolen and being misused by somebody else. So now they are able to sell you one more new product of insurance. They are able to generate money, and they never have to pay you any insurance amount, because they will make sure your card is not being misused because of these algorithms. So this is the impact of this particular area on this particular system, banking system especially, even across all the industries. But today we are specifically discussing about banking, so I'm just touching the banking area. So banks are heavily relying on artificial intelligence and machine learning, and there is a huge demand of data scientists and various kind of profiles in various kind of businesses, being it retail banking, home lending, it is investment banking, insurance, any kind of sector you take it up from the fintech area, machine learning is there. And nowadays, if simply you will be asking me, without AI and ML, banking cannot survive for a long. So banks has implement this particular technology. Otherwise, fintechs, the new fintechs which are coming now in the market, for example, Slice, Jupiter, these are the new Jest Money, these are the new companies, Paytm, they will soon kill banking industry if they will not ramp up themselves with the new latest technologies of AI and ML, because these fintechs uses a lot of machine learning and AI, and they are generating a very good amount of revenue by using this particular technique. So now this is one of the architecture I'm showing you on this screen, where like it gives you a high level idea like how machine learning systems looks like. So we have data sources from where we are collecting the data, then we are doing the transformation of the data, then we have the data management platforms available, and then we do the analysis on the basis of the algorithms or the statistical concepts which we have applied. Okay, so I'll not go into detail in this particular diagram, just to show you guys like it can be further subdivided into multiple sections. Now, general data science life cycle looks like this. So simply speaking, I'm just telling you how a day-to-day job activity of a data scientist look like. So what all work? So you have something called a software lifecycle development, software development life cycle. Similarly, we have data science development life cycle. So what happens? The first step into the data science life cycle is problem identification. So which kind of problem you want to tackle? Is it coming from credit card area? Is it coming from savings account, investment accounts? Do you want to solve a fraud problem? You want to solve a problem with respect to anti-money laundering, terror funding, these kind of things you want to do. So first target is to problem identification. After problem identification, we will be understanding the business. So now suppose the problem belongs to credit card area, then I need to understand the credit card business, how credit card works, how this business works, basically what all possible scenarios are there in the credit cards, how a particular banker offer a credit card to the people, on what basis credit cards can be rejected. These kind of business domain understanding we need to have. So for this, we connect with the stakeholders, we connect with the businesses, and we try to understand their model and structure, how they actually execute the system in real-time scenarios without using machine learning and AI. Once this particular knowledge is being acquired, then we go for the data acquisition part. So in this particular portion, now as per the problem, we need to collect the data. These data points can be anything. For example, from a customer point of view, I want to track what is the customer CIBIL score, what is the salary of the particular customer, what is the company of this particular customer. is this particular customer working in a government job or non-government job? If the customer is a female or a male, all these things will be coming under data acquisition part, where we will be actually acquiring the data. Then we will be understanding the data. Okay, understanding the data in simple terms, I'll tell you. For example, if I want to if I want to find out somebody is a potential customer for a credit card or not. So now I have one data variable available, which is called as gender. So female or male. Do you really want to decide that you will be offering a credit card to someone on the basis of gender, male or female? No, right? So this is a biasness in the system. If you are judging that, okay, if she's a male, she's a female, or he's a male, I'm offering a credit card. So we will try to understand our data, and we will just dropping the variables which are non-useful in nature from the business point of view. For another kind of domain, for example, if you will be talking about the health domain, in health domain, gender will be very important variable, right? So on the basis of gender, a lot of other variables will be depending. For example, hemoglobin levels and some hormonal differentiations will be happening. So from domain to domain, variable application will be changing. So when I'm telling you in today's session that gender is the worst variable, don't apply that on all the available domains outside. This is true only for the banking domain. Okay, so domain to domain, importance of the variable data understanding will be changing. And how this data understanding will come? From the problem identification and business understanding. Now, one thing is basically you can visualize the data, you can do the visual charting, visual graphical representation of your data, and then you can also identify on the basis of visual relationships. Another thing is feature engineering. Feature engineering is again a part of machine learning area, where we actually process the different variables, we process the data, and we make the data in a proper way, so we can actually make the model on that. Then we are creating the machine learning models. After creating the machine learning models, we are deploying these models in the production environment. Now these production environments are called as your cloud environments. AWS, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Azure, all these are the model deployment platforms where your model will be running. Even some companies have their on-premise production environments available. So whichever is the company's production environment, there you can actually deploy the model. Once your model will be deployed, you can actually generate the data, you can analyze the data, you can take the customers who will be potential customers for your credit cards, who are non-potential customers for credit cards. You can do any kind of analysis by doing this model monitoring analysis. And again, here data visualization is also possible. How many people your model is saying that will be taking the credit card? Accordingly, you can define the budgets. Accordingly, you can actually give the order to print the cards, to generate the cards. So all that cost cutting, everything will be happening in this particular area. So now, simple one more example, I want to collate with this particular thing only. So now what is happening? Simply, I want you to understand the impact of data science. So just 2 minutes I will take for you to understand. So let me take an example of HDFC Bank. Okay. So now HDFC Bank, suppose it is having 10 million customers available. Okay. So it has 10 million customer base available. Now HDFC Bank wants to spend $1 million. Okay. I'm just talking in terms of dollars. So they want to invest $1 million to acquire new customer for their credit cards. Okay. Now, what is happening? What is the offer here is? Offer is basically HDFC Bank call center. Okay. Will call people, and this call center will tell to the people, sir, take our credit card. And if you will be taking our credit card, what we will give you? We will give you $1,000 Amazon voucher. Okay. Amazon voucher and a free credit card. Okay. I will also give you a free credit card. And now, because the budget is $1 million, they can have the option to generate only, suppose 1,000 credit cards. So they can only sell 1,000 credit cards. They have this much budget only for marketing, where they can actually give $1,000 Amazon voucher and free credit card. Now, I'll tell you the problem. First problem is basically, suppose 10 million customers. So now if you want to connect with the 10 million customers, how many people you need in the call center? minimum to minimum number I'm taking 5,000 call center people you need. Now these 5,000 people will be analyzing all the available data for these 10 million customers, and then they will be connecting with these particular customers, and then they will be asking them, okay, do you want to take the credit card or not? So now out of these 10 million also, suppose after the analysis of all the 10 million people, they identified that out of 10 million people, 2 million people are eligible for the credit card. Now, in these 2 million also, when you will be calling these people, there is a possibility 1.5 million will say, no, we don't want the credit card at all, right? So in this case, what is happening? This call center is having a high load on themselves, and there is a lot of cost associated with calling each and every customer, and it will take months of time. And now out of these 2 million customers also, if you will be giving the credit card to such kind of customer whose credit CIBIL scores, whose credit score is very less, salary is very less, then what will happen? They will not be paying on time, and instead of making profits, bank will be making the loss. Now, what is happening if you will be incorporating a machine learning algorithm? So first foremost problem is 5,000 people cannot analyze the 10 million customers profiles to find out who is potential customer, who is not. But your machine learning algorithm can do that. Okay, within hours. Within hours, machine learning will do that. And the benefit of ML algorithm is this machine learning algorithm will tell you that these 5,000 customers are the top potential customers for our credit card. Now this call center has to only connect these 5,000 customers, and out of these 5,000, they can sell these 1,000 cards with the Amazon vouchers. Any first 5,000, whoever will be taking the cards, and these are the customers who will be paying on time as well, which has been detected by our machine learning algorithm. So now what is happening in this particular case? Now what can happen? One thing, now bank will be having less chances of fraud, that people are just taking the card for Amazon voucher and later they will actually stop using the card. That will not happen. These are all the potential good customers, so they will be having more money generation. Another benefit is, now previously HDFC Bank was running a call center with 5,000 people. Now what I can do, I can actually reduce this number, and just with the 100 people also, I can connect with these 5,000 people. So if I will be including machine learning algorithm for all kind of businesses, consumer banking, investment banking, credit card banking, any kind of banking behavior, if I will be including machine learning based models, I can actually reduce my reliance on these 5,000 people, on the business people who are actually analyzing these profiles for 10 million customers, because all this work can be done by machine learning algorithm. And this is where layoffs and firings are happening in case of automation. Now what will happen? This bank will be firing 4,500 people and 4,400 people or 4,900 people, and it will only be working with the 100 people. So this is the impact of machine learning. It's not only actually making sure that you are generating more revenue in terms of business, but actually it do a lot of cost cutting on the on your personal banking side itself. There is no need of much of the human interference, and these automated models can do the works of the human beings as well, and very efficiently and very quickly. Another problem is these people can be biased. So for example, a loan officer can give the loan to anyone, even if they know somebody, if somebody is his friend or her friend, they will just give the loan without even when they don't have the perfect criteria for getting the loan. Still they will be providing the loan, which is not the case with the machine learning models. Machine learning models never cheats. So human beings can cheat. So that is another reason why data science is being used in the banking industry on a very larger level. Okay, so few of the reasons why artificial intelligence is being used: data analysis and insight. You can analyze the data, you can get the insights, increased productivity, your productivity will be increasing, cost benefit, so cost cutting. So I told you just now, layoffs. Okay, layoffs is a very bad word, we should not use it, but that is the truth behind the scenes, that data science and artificial intelligence is one of the biggest reason of the layoffs. Many of the times the layoffs due to the reason of AI is being considered with in sync with the recession. So generally it is not recession, it is basically AI killing the jobs. nothing to do with the recession or something. But sometimes people are getting confused of these layoffs with respect to the recession. Recession is there, but not specifically speaking in terms of AI. Okay, so now one of the most sought topic for today's session, careers in AI and finance. And in this particular section, in each slide, whenever you guys want, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. I want this session to be interacted from here onwards. So now next couple of slides, I want you guys to ask the questions and I will try to give you the answer. And your questions can be from any particular area. So just give me 2 minutes, Anil, and then I'll take up your question.
Actually, before you are going to the career, so just you elaborate this all the things into with respect to the financial market, financial institutions. So as I am having experience in the construction of projects in hydrocarbon industry, so I want to know how to execute these are the database, these are the techniques into the this hydrocarbon project. So construction project, normally you can, for example, this construction means town planning or some city planning or mega and hydrocarbon refineries and hydrocarbon. So relevant to this one, I don't want to do. You can explain your experience in this one. So just brief it if you have some idea.
Yeah. So what is happening? Yeah, definitely our session is focused on banking, but okay, I'll just give you a quick brief about this. So my brother-in-law is working into hydrocarbon industry with the oil mining companies and oil companies, and he's a data scientist. So I know a lot about this industry, and there is a huge application in the hydrocarbons area, in the oil and mining area, construction area, where like they are actually measuring the pressures, flows, and they're actually predicting the amount of fuel which is required, how predictive maintenance is happening by using machine learning. So these people do the predictive maintenance. So now when the plant will be going to fail or when plant will be going to stop, so they predict that, and before that itself they go and do the maintenances. So lot of applications are there in AI for this particular area as well. Probably you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and you message me on LinkedIn. I will connect you with my brother-in-law, and probably he will help you in this particular scenario. And I can also talk to you on that particular front. Okay. So now careers in AI in finance. So now what is happening? So there are several examples of AI initiatives available into the bank. So one of the example is JP Morgan is using AI to automate credit agreement analysis. Just now what I was telling you, credit card related things and some credit agreement related things. Wells Fargo announced the creation of a dedicated artificial intelligence enterprise solution team, which will pursue payment technologies and improve customer experience for corporate banking customers. So they are creating a full-fledged platform, AI platform. So AI platform means their entire banking system will be now operated on this AI-based platform. Everything will be running by the AI. So now why I have taken this example? So I'm just showing you in next 10 years, this is what is the plan of the banking system. So banks are now planning to move full-fledged on the AI platforms itself. Okay, so huge demand in the AI area with respect to banking. Bank of America released an AI-powered virtual assistant. So virtual assistant is basically your chatbot is an example of virtual assistant, and virtual assistant is a very commonly available API in every bank as of now. Okay, and Citibank has made several investments in AI related companies, including Fedzai, which uses AI to identify and fraud detection in online banking, Clarity Money, which recommends financial product to help customers save money and better manage their finances. So you say any area of banking, people or banks are now moving towards the AI, and soon this AI will be expanding in each of the wing of the banking, which has already started, but it will take 5 more years, 6 more years to completely when they want to completely take over the banking system. Okay. So now a couple of types of jobs which are available into AI system is risk manager, compliance expert, cybersecurity analyst, quantitative analyst, financial managers, and data analyst. So risk managers are basically the people who are working with the risk management portion. So frauds, frauds, anti-money laundering, terror funding, and these kind of areas, the people who are works are called as risk, and these kind of people are called as risk managers or risk machine learning engineer, risk data scientist, compliance experts. So now banks are actually getting operated into a very regulated environment. So you are having a lot of regulations from the Reserve Bank of India, Federal Bank of America. So Fed, Reserve banks, various central banks are giving certain types of regulation, giving certain kinds of legal policies on which bank has to adhere, and they have to follow them. So compliance experts. So in this compliance also we are including the AI. So AI will make sure that your algorithms, your work, or the kind of policies bank is making are in sync with the compliances given to us by the central banks. So this is another area where AI is being developed. Cyber security analysts. So now cyber security and AI also work side by side. So AI algorithms keep on monitoring for any potential cyber attack. And if there is any potential cyber attack is sensed by the AI algorithms, they automatically closed all the walls, and they actually try to secure their servers, secure their banking system. So your money will be safe, customers' money will be safe. Quantitative analyst is basically a person who does a lot of who do the model building in terms of finding out the potential customers, finding out the stock to find out the best stocks for the customers, to plan the investments and decision about the investment. So quantitative, I work in this area as of now in the quantitative area. So I'm a quantitative scientist. So I work in the quant modeling area. So we develop a lot of algorithms with respect to stock market, with respect to portfolio management, with respect to mutual funds, with respect to credit cards, consumer banking, a lot of different kind of models and algorithms we develop, which automatically do algorithmic trading for us. Okay. Then we have financial managers. Again, financial managers are the people who are actually supporting you in terms of managing your finances. So now you are earning 1 lakh rupees per month. Now how to invest this money, how you should plan your finances. These kind of people are financial managers. And again, in this area, we have separate models available. Another area is data analysts. Data analysts are the people who are purely working with the data engineering side. So they purely clean the data, they collect the data, they understand the data, they create the data, they prepare the raw data in such a format that your model can consume and can give you the correct decisions and identifications. So these are the various types of jobs available. Again, apart from these areas, we have multiple another type of job scenarios available, job situations available, which you can find it out. So one of this is AI banking consultant. So consultant again are basically helping helping banks to create the different kinds of model with respect to customer behavior, risk profiles, forecasting, and all these kind of things. So generally a consultant is a person who is basically helping a bank to transition bank itself from the current technology to the AI based technology. So consultant is one of the highest paying area, and consultants are generally hired by these companies, McKinsey, Bain and Company, Boston Consulting Group, Deloitte. These are the companies which are actually hiring the consultants for AI and machine learning. And consultant is the one of the highest paying job. Okay. Consultants, generally banks are not hiring consultants directly. Consultants are always coming from the third party. So generally vendors. So we have tie-ups with BCG, Bain and all these. So these people are sending consultants to us. But then these companies itself pays very highly to these consultants. So it is something outside the banking area. Now VP, another position which is
excuse me, sir. What is the job of the consultant actually? Can you repeat?
Consultant, so for example, right now take an example of JP Morgan and Chase, right? So JP Morgan is a 150-year-old bank. Okay. Now JP Morgan wants to take advantage of this artificial intelligence and machine learning, and they want to actually, but they don't know, they don't have that particular specialty available. They don't know how to use AI in banking. So same way. So right now you guys are here in this particular session. You guys want to know how to transition into banking area by using AI, but you don't know how to do that. Okay. So I am that consultant. So I am the consultant for you. I will tell you how to transition, what needs to be studied, what all things you have to consider, how you have to prepare, how you will be showcasing your experience, even though you have 10-year experience into Java programming, but then how you will be showcasing your experience into AI. So I am a consultant. So consultant basically providing the services to this bank to transition them from the legacy technologies to AI based technologies. Okay, they will be transitioning slowly, these banks, and then bank will realize, okay, what all areas AI can be used, and then this bank will be creating their own teams. They will be helping them to set up their own team. So this is what a consultant does. So generally, consultants are generally the people who consult with the different businesses for increasing their revenue and growth in terms of technology, terms of revenue, terms of profits, terms of employees, anything. Okay. Okay. Now VP is another position. So VP is a very specific position into a bank. Vice president. So VP are generally the people who basically lead the team of the data scientist. So now all the data scientists are reporting to this particular VP. So VP is one of the prestigious and biggest position in this particular banking domain. So this is also one of the area available. Okay. Another profile available is data analyst. Data analyst is basically one more thing I want to tell about VP. VP is the profile generally for the people who are having more than 15-year experience. Okay, so if you are having 15+ year of experience, your profile will be considered for VP profile, and VPs generally these kind of people go on the leadership positions, leadership positions in terms of technology. So generally the people who are having more experience, they can target these kind of profiles. VPs are not supposed to be hands-on people. Hands-on means you don't have to really write algorithms and do the coding, but you will be mainly working as a guiding force for the lower level team in terms of the project. So generally, so I have shown you this particular graph. So generally VP goes to problem identification, business understanding area, data visualization area, and generally data analyst does this data acquisition portion, machine learning engineer does this model creation portion. So these are some differentiations in terms of the job profile as well. So VP comes under the hand-holding in terms of connecting business to the technology, and then again the results from the technology this VP provides to the business and will be helping the team. Another profile is data analyst. Data analyst is a person who does the data handling. So generally data analyst people are the backbone for any machine learning industry. They prepare the data, they understand the data, they clean the data up for the model building. Then another role which is available is data scientist. Data scientist is a role in which data scientist is basically a person who develop the models, who come up with the predictions, who come up with the enhanced profit making techniques and showcase it to the VP. And now what happens? All these people are reporting to VP. Basically a consultant, even though consultant is a bigger profile but it is a third party vendor, consultant reports to a VP, data analyst reports to a VP, data scientist reports to a VP. There is a differentiation in terms of remuneration as well. So highest paid people are generally the data scientist, and VP, because of the designation, they are the highest paid, but one of the highest paid people are data scientist. And nowadays data analysts are also getting equally paid as data scientists are getting. Okay, so one of the good area. So now this particular slide is showing you the salaries in different various banking companies with respect to different experience level. I have taken this particular snapshot from the ambition box. Now what is happening, don't rely on this particular slide directly blindly. I'm telling you whatever numbers you are actually seeing here, this is giving you the mean average numbers, but actually if you will be seeing the higher limit, 21 lakhs, 23 lakhs, 26 lakhs, 32 lakhs. So just go and check onto the higher side of the number. Nobody is getting these average numbers. Numbers are always very high in terms of remuneration. Ambition box shows us very less salaries. It shows us the average salaries, which is not the case. Salaries are very, very high as compared to the salaries which are shown you as an average number. Okay, so one of the highly paid area, and even some of the companies are paying very, very high in terms of if you are going with the data science profile. Okay, now another thing is, so again, estimated take home salary also I have printed here, like what will be the estimated take home salary for an average annual salary of 15 LPA. And again, this is again the people who have given their salary response on ambition box, we have noted down. But again, as I'm telling you, the salaries, these salaries are not reliable. Salaries are very, very high from these numbers which you are seeing on these particular slides. The numbers on these slides are very, very low. If you will be seeing actual salaries, they are very, very, very high. I'm not showing on the lower side. They are definitely not low. They are only high. They are not on the average number. So these are a couple of things in this particular industry. Then team structure of data science professionals in banking is basically, we have two types of structure, centralized and decentralized. So some of the banks, for suppose in some of the banks, Wells Fargo, for example. So Wells Fargo, what happens? So Wells Fargo has credit card department. Credit card department has their own team. Savings department has their own team. Consumer banking department has their own data science team. So now what is happening? Every department is hiring their own team. So that kind of structure is called as centralized structure. So what will be happening in this particular case? Each team is having their own data science team available. Now, if you will be talk about ANZ, Australia and New Zealand Bank, where I worked, we were having decentralized team. So decentralized team means there is only one COE available, Center of Excellence. And this Center of Excellence developed the model for credit card as well as consumer banking, as well as for investment banking, for any kind of bank related work, institutional banking, B2C banking, B2B banking. So again, what is happening? These kind of two types of structures are available, centralized and decentralized. Definitely number of jobs are more in the structure when it is centralized, because in centralized structure, what is happening? They have replication of the roles in each and every department. So more jobs are there, and majority of banks are now moving towards the centralized structure, because now what is happening in decentralized structure, decentralized teams are not liable for any problematic bug fixing or any problems happening into the business. Problem with decentralized team is, today I have created a credit card model. Now tomorrow I will start working on consumer banking. Then if credit card model will be having some problem, I may not be immediately available. So banks are creating the centralized team, and this is the reason one of the highest, so more number of jobs will be there when the teams are centralized, and every bank is moving towards the centralized. So in JP Morgan, we have centralized. So we are centralized teams, and every department is having their own centralized team available. And generally we are having nowadays a new position being created, chief data officer. So you have chief executive officers, chief financial officer, CFO, CTO, CEO. Similarly, now instead of assigning this work to CTO, they have created a separate stream itself, which is called as CDO, chief data officer, who handles all the data science related aspect of the business. So it is itself is a separate full-fledged domain available into the bank, where you guys can enter. And again, another profiles are machine learning engineers, data architects, data journalists, data visualization engineers. All these people are basically available in particular systems. Now, required skill set for becoming a data scientist. So simply speaking, the required skill set for becoming a data scientist in banking domain is, one is definitely programming skills are required. And one more thing I'll tell you. So now what is happening in banks are not only looking for the programming skills, banks are also looking for the non-technical skills. So now banks prefer the candidates who are already coming from the banking area. Okay, which is not the hard and fast rule, but now they have a preference. So basically, if suppose somebody, suppose if in Goldman Sachs, if you will be going for an interview and your previous background is again of banking, you will be preferred candidate because you then having the business knowledge as well. But that is not a hard and fast rule. And this is the reason in the start, I gave you again my introduction. And in my introduction, I told you that I'm right now currently working with banking industry, but I'm also having experience in the entertainment, manufacturing, e-commerce, retail. And now after that, now from last 4-5 years, I'm working into bank. So it doesn't mean that banks will not hire you at all. You can definitely, because ultimately for a data scientist, it doesn't matter if it is bank or retail or e-commerce. Ultimately, everything is data for you, and you have to crawl through the data and you have to come up with the insights. But again, this is the mindset of the banking industry. The reason of this mindset is banks are very, very regulated. Okay, so banks has to follow some of the regulated criteria which are given by the central banks. And generally what happens, if somebody who is coming from this area only, those people are the preferred one. But if you are coming from another area, then you should be good in the machine learning area, artificial intelligence area. Your programming skills should be better. You should be a good communicator. Then you will be a preferred candidate. So there is no hard and fast rule for anything. But yes, preference is being given to the people from the banking domain in the banking area, even for the artificial intelligence. So that is a psychological problem with the banks. We can't do anything with that. I don't prefer that part. So I don't like people to banks to hire the people only from banks. I'm very much against of this particular policy. But then again, this is how the perception of the banking industry is about the technical folks. They prefer the people from the banking domain. But again, I am the example that it is not a hard and fast rule. I transition myself from the manufacturing domain and retail domain to banking domain. So nothing is hard and fast, but you will be more preferred. That's the only thing. Okay. So now this is one slide. So where banking industries, banks are actually investing most of their money: risk assessment, financial analysis, research, investment portfolio management, and all these kind of stuff. So various positions, various places are there where they are actually putting their money in this particular industry. Before I will just moving forward to other slides. Now I'm opening the session for other folks. If you guys are having any questions, you guys can ask. And I'll take up your questions with respect to transition or with respect to experience or anything.
Sir?
Yes, Varsha.
Hi, this is Varsha. So I'm working in public sector bank. My experience is about 4 years, and I'm thinking of switching to investment banking profile or data analyst related in finance sector. So I'm currently doing one certification that is of 11 months program.
Okay.
So what should be my approach? I mean, what kind of profiles I should look for if I want to switch?
Okay.
For example, if I want to apply for JP Morgan. So there are many openings that I see over LinkedIn, but generally I'm confused at whether my profile would match with that or not. Because I'm working in retail banking. It's not investment banking, it's retail banking.
Okay. Okay. So right now, so you are doing a program in machine learning and AI?
No, I'm actually handling retail banking, but I'm doing certification
you are
in
telling
data
me you are doing some 11 months program in something.
Certification.
Right? In machine learning and AI, right?
It's data analytics. It's not machine. Machine learning is also involved. Artificial intelligence is not in that.
Okay, so that's what I told you in the previous slide. I don't know when you have joined. So data science is having multiple profiles: machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. So anyways, so now what is happening? You should target for the position of machine learning engineer in banks. Okay, first thing. Another thing is, because you are having only 4 years of experience, less than 5 years of experience, no company will be expecting too much. You can easily transition yourself into any of the area wherever you want to go, because less than 5 years, we consider them as a fresher only. Okay. So expectations are very less. It is very good that you are actually doing the certification and you will be equipped with these particular tools. Only thing is, and another beneficial portion for you is, you are already coming from the banking area. So again, as I told you, if you are coming from the banking area, you will be a preferred candidate, and you are coming from a public sector bank, that itself will give you a credibility, right? So because it shows like, okay, somebody who has cracked public sector bank and now wants to transition themselves into the private banking sector, it shows like, okay, you are more career ambitious, and all this kind of stuff will play in your favor, and you can easily change. Means I don't have any big suggestion for you that you are on wrong track or anything else. The only thing is, just brush up your machine learning skills well, and do some projects on banking area. For example, home loan prediction, credit cards, and these kind of areas. Do 2-3 projects. That will be more than enough for you. You don't have to worry about the transition. You are just 4-year experience.
Okay,
you can
so I
easily
have to talk about those projects in the interview, or is there
in the
any
interview and in
platform?
your resume.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes, Harjot.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I want to know that, like, I am interested in data scientist profile, but I want to know about how can I get the hands-on knowledge so that I may find that, yeah, if it is my like, if it interests me or not. So from where I could get that hands-on knowledge.
Okay, so see, two things are there. Your one question is like, okay, hands-on knowledge. So hands-on knowledge is, see what happens at Learnbay. I can tell you what we do. So we have live projects available for everyone, right? So when we are running a course, so what we do, we have live projects, we have capstone projects. So when we are providing our 11-month certification, so as Varsha was talking to us right now, like she's doing some 11-month certification. So similar kind of program we are also offering. So now when we are offering this particular program, so in our program, at the end of each module or after the end of 2 modules, every 2 modules, we give a capstone project. Okay. And this capstone project, you have to work on your own as per the learnings you had from last 1.5 month of classes. So now what is happening, and this capstone project will be on the live data, a live business problem. So you will be getting a data from retail, e-commerce, banking, manufacturing, HR, and as per the interest, suppose just now one person came who was talking about hydrocarbons. So probably to him, I will be giving the manufacturing data problem, and then he will be working on that. Probably Harjot belongs to a retail sector. I will give you a retail problem and you will be working on that. And they will be real-time problem and you will be solving those problems. And this is where like you can judge yourself that how much you know, how much you learned into the classes, and is this area actually giving you the goosebumps to come into transition yourself into this role. So this is how basically we have derived our methodology of learning, where people can identify that if they're okay with the techniques. Because see, generally speaking, there is no way that without entering into the domain or industry, we can tell you if you are interested or not. But some sort of replication we are trying to do, some sort of real-time projects we are trying to give to our students, so they will not be having this kind of dilemma. But that is how it happens here. So we have live projects, we have capstone projects. Yes, Rudra Nildas. Rudra Nil, you are on mute. I think you have to unmute yourself. Okay, Dheeraj, you can unmute yourself. Are you guys not able to unmute yourself? Is it something like that? Okay. Hello. Let me ask all to unmute.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Utkarsh. This is Shivam.
Shubham. Okay, Shubham.
Shivam. Utkarsh, I'm having an experience of more than 12 years in banking. I'm working as an head of relationship banking in one of the reputed bank in India.
Okay.
So I decided, and then I'm studying full stack from your Learnbay. So see, I have 2 questions. First question is, how should I design my this CV so that it could be more interesting, and so it could favor me in getting the jobs. And
so
second
how
thing
much
I wanted to
you have?
More than 12 years.
More than 12 years. Okay. And another question? Any other questions?
And another question is, in which company, see, if I have a few shots to get my job. So I'm looking forward for which company should I target and how should I approach towards them, and I'm learning Python, I'm learning ML statistics. Right now, Tableau we have started. So which should be my core specifications so that I can study them and they will help me in getting the job and the package which I see. I'm having a nice package right now. But what I'm expecting is 30-40% increment on that as well. So on both the aspects, financial as well as career as well as growth, both the things are in my mind. So that's why I need your guidance on that.
So see, one thing is, there are various areas available. So one of the areas is visualization, what you're talking about, Tableau. Another is statistical modeling, machine learning, deep learning, and NLP. So one thing I will be suggesting you, that you create your profile in such a way, like in which area you were working from past 10 or 12 years. So if your profile is totally technical side, on the technical side, like you have done a lot of core programming, you are in the programming side, software engineering side. In those cases, I would recommend you, like learn statistical modeling, machine learning modeling, Python programming, and on this particular area, you make your resume and you go. So if you are already on higher salary, then definitely what will be happening? If you are on the higher salary side, only machine learning, deep learning, and programming skills will get the bigger number in the industry as of now. Because now bigger positions in this particular industry are the techno managerial positions. Now in banks especially, they don't cater anybody who is purely technical. Banks also don't cater anybody who is purely business side or management side. So you have to, so because you are trying towards AI, you have to become a techno manager. Techno managers are highly paid. I know people who are getting 1.2 CR, 1.4 CR as a salary at the experience of 11 years or 13 years in this domain. So that is the area. But if you are not from the technical portion, technical side, tech side, but still you want to enter, then focus more on the analytics and visualization sides, Tableau and basic analysis side, if you don't want to really go in the programming side. So accordingly, you have to take the decision, and accordingly, you have to create the profile. Those kind of projects you have to show. Okay.
Hello,
So,
sir.
yeah. So I'll just take Rudra. I'll take question from Rudra. Just raise your hands, and I'll come to each and everyone. So yes, Rudra Neil, you can ask your question. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Hello. So Utkarsh, I am just I'm also beginning in this industry, and I don't have proper any experience for that matter regarding data science. I've just like about 2-3 years in banking. I had the great privilege of working with HSBC.
Okay.
But I just want to know that is a data scientist someone who is in charge of executing these algorithms, or someone who's also at some point in charge of designing certain algorithms to streamline and make the process more efficient?
Both actually. So
Okay.
yes, so it is actually both. Now what happens in many of the cases, what happens, you will be directly using the available algorithms. For example, random forest, and for example, I was showing you a couple of the algorithms in the previous slides. For example, this one. So these couple of algorithms are already available to you in your systems. You can directly utilize these systems, and you can actually execute these algorithms on the data. But executing these algorithms on the data itself is a very huge task, and it takes months of time to make one algorithm to run on the data. It's not like 1 hour task. It takes a lot of time, lot of efforts. Another thing is, yes, sometimes a data scientist also design and come up with their own algorithms in case if they want to streamline and refine the processes. And both kind of things are, but 95% of the time you will be working only with the existing algorithms. Reason I will tell you. Reason is regulatory conditions from the central banks. Because now what happens, every algorithm, every technique, every technology which you will be going to use in the bank should be approved by the higher authorities, should be in line and adhere to your national banks or your national policies. So generally speaking, majority of the banks in the entire world are using the libraries like sklearn libraries, your pandas and all these things, which are actually passed by the regulators and actually approved libraries, genuine libraries, where we know biasings are not available. All these things are not there, because if you will be designing your own algorithm, there is a high possibility that they will become biased. So 95% of the time, no, but I'm not saying complete no. Yes, sometimes we do some of the hand-holding with in terms of new algorithms as well.
Right. So I was really interested that way in the part of penetrative testing with data science. So is there any opportunity of that in banking? Like if we can want to specialize on that?
Yes. So now what we are doing, we are creating machine learning algorithms who do the automated testings. So they themselves actually write even these algorithms are writing the unit test cases for themselves, and then they do the stress testing, penetration testing, lot of kind of testings they are doing automatically. So yes, we are doing that. Just give me 1 minute.
Sure.
Yes. So I think then I'll go to Dheeraj. Dheeraj, you have any questions?
Okay. Hi, Utkarsh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Dheeraj.
Okay. Hi. So I have a 10 years experience in a software development. Like you said that for you everything is data and you are working with the data. So for me means we are working with the software and we are working in the different domain. Currently, I'm working with the CAD domain.
Okay.
And okay. So although I'm working for a CAD domain for a particularly for the packaging industry, but I do not have a domain knowledge about the package industry because recently I already joined 4 years to join with the CAD domain. And currently my package is 26 LPA and I'm working as a senior software developer.
Okay.
And so as I whatever I know about the data science and what I get from the initial courses from the Learnbay, I already completed only the Python right now. It is more about the domain knowledge also and how we can get the insight from the data.
Yes.
And, yeah. So so for me, if I want to move, like you are in the quantitative analyzing the sector.
Correct.
So if I move to in that area, so what should be possible?
So see, one thing is I'll tell you one simple thing in this. So here actually rather than going into the technical answer, I'll go into the somewhat on a diplomatic and spiritual answer. Okay. So what is happening generally, I'll tell you. So nowadays, many of the people, many of the professionals are having this dilemma when they're trying to transition is right now I'm 12-year or 13-year experience into software engineering or probably SAP or probably into platform testing or something, some another domain. Will I be able to compete with the people who are already working into data science domain as a quantitative developer or machine learning engineer? Will it be possible for me to go in this particular area? So see, I'll tell you one thing. Now, there are 2-3 problems available in the industry as of now. One thing is this data science domain is on very nascent stage as of now. So now what is happening? A lot of what we call it as lot of companies don't know whom to hire, which person to hire. They don't know for which particular technology we should hire, but they are just giving the profile as data scientist, but they don't know what work or what skill set they has to look for. Another problem, what is happening, why this hiring is happening now, majority of the projects from the Western countries and European countries are coming up for the AI and ML. Now, majority of the service companies and majority of the product companies, they are triggering new projects, which are all in some way or another way are belonging to this machine learning and AI area. Now, what is happening? What is happening? This area is very new. And we want to hire the people, because if we will not be hiring the people, then companies will not be able to run the project. So one thing is happening. You guys should not worry about that. I have 12-year experience or 15-year experience. Will company be hiring me or not? They have to hire you because they don't have any other choice. Okay. The reason is because all the projects are of data science, and right now the problem is they are not getting the people. If they will not be hiring the managers, they will not be hiring the team, the project will be they will be losing the project. So now one thing is that area is open for everyone. The door is open for everyone as of now. Probably next 2 years, 2.5 years down the line, this particular opportunity will not be available once this domain will get saturated. Right now, we don't have people, so we are hiring everyone. Okay. And many of the times, another thing which I have seen, for example, Dinesh came to me in an interview and Dinesh is saying, sir, I'm 10-year experience in data science. Okay, hire me. So Dinesh is basically lying to me that he's 10-year experience in data science and hire me. He's trying to transition. Now what happens? Next question I'm asking to Dinesh is, the data science domain itself is 4 years old. How come you are 10-year experience? I myself is 1 year experience. How the hell you are 10-year experience? Okay, so you are trying to understand, Dheeraj, what the picture, what I'm trying to show you. The picture basically is that this area is on very nascent stage. Domain is very unsaturated as of now, and everybody can enter. But that doesn't mean that you will blindly go and you will tell I am a data scientist, they will hire you. No, you have to showcase your knowledge. So if you have knowledge, if you have worked on a couple of projects provided to you from Learnbay or from your another institute from wherever you are studying, then those will be more than enough for you guys to transition into the area and into the domain. So right now there is no requirement of such kind, like you should be 20-year experience or 15-year experience. And even if you are going for an interview and somebody is asking you why should we hire you, you don't have 10-year experience, you should counter question them, how much experience do you have? Okay, so that is how things are happening in this domain. So very situational and very diplomatic things are going on in the domain as of now, but this scenario will not be there 2 years down the line. This is the scenario for now. Another thing is why this domain is open towards every level of experience. The reason is we need 4-year experience also, 5-year also, 10-year also, 15-year also. I'll just simply give you an example. When I was working into TCS in the manufacturing domain, so now what was happening, one manager from TCS joined our team. Internal joining happened. Okay, so they were making a new team and they had to create one, they had to hire a manager. So nobody was there at that time into AI. So some Java manager joined us at the experience of 17 years in this particular team, and all of us were data scientists reporting to this particular manager. Now problem, I'll tell you why companies has to hire higher experienced people as well, who has the knowledge of machine learning and data science. Now what was happening, whenever there was a project discussion happening with the client, so one day one project discussion happened with one of the client, and this manager told we will do this particular project in 10 days. And then this manager came to me and they told us ki this project has to be done in 10 days or 20 days. I told this is a 1-year project, how come we will be doing in 20 days? Now that was a learning for the manager. Next time when the manager went to another client, they asked how many days. So this manager told we will do it in 10 months. Now manager again came to me. This time I took the timelines of 10 months. I told this is a 10 days project. What we will be showing for remaining 9 months. Now this is the problem. And because of this problem, we lost both the projects. Even that 10 days project we lost, and that 10 months project also we lost. Now problem you are understanding, the first thing which we need to do right now in the industry is to fire all the people in the leadership teams who don't know data science or machine learning. I'm giving a very blunt and very poisonous statement, very bad looking statement. But the first requirement, foremost requirement in today's industry, in India specifically, is to fire all the entire leadership who doesn't know how to handle the data. And somehow, and I'm just taking your question 1 more minute. And if somehow you guys will try to argue with me or you will be fighting with me, no, I'm having 50 lakhs of package. I'm surviving from last 10 years. Data science is there in the market from past 6-7 years. Trust me, I'm giving you guarantee. In next 2 years or 5 years, this is inevitable. If you don't know data, you will not be in the business anymore. In 90s and in 2000s, when typewriters were being replaced by the computers, people were scared that computers will eat up the jobs. But no, computers created more jobs. And now when you go for any interview, nobody asks you that do you know PowerPoint? Do you know Microsoft Excel? Do you know Microsoft Word? Do you know how to shut down and restart the computer? No, because by default, it is expected from you that you know Microsoft Office, you know how to operate a computer system. Similarly, in next 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line, you will be expected that by default, you should know how to handle the data. But this inevitable will be happening in next 2 to 5 years. Right now, industry is in the transition phase. So because industry is in transition phase, then you are on right time. As of now, you can easily transition. But if you will, as much as delay you will be keep on introducing in this transition, more and more less and less opportunities will be becoming for you in the industry. So answer for this particular question, I want to give it in a diplomatic way. So yes, it is available. You can transition, but yes, you have to prepare well in terms of data science and machine learning, conceptual understanding. I am not interested that who is the father of machine learning, who is the father of statistical modeling. I am not interested into that. I am interested how you will be applying this statistical modeling and machine learning on my business and on my data, so I can make the profits. Applications you should understand. I am not interested who developed random forest. Application of random forest is what I am interested into. So that is how you have to going forward, because you have just completed Python. I'm just giving you a heads off heads up, like this is how you should focus on these studies, and then things will fall down automatically on in their own place. Okay, I think I'll take a next question. Dinesh, I think Rajat is done. I think I hope Rajat is done, or Dinesh can ask his question. Okay, why it is again and again ask all to, okay, unmute themselves. Now you try unmuting.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Dinesh.
Hello, this is Charan.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'll come to you, Charan. Just let me take one question from Dinesh. Then
Okay, sir.
Yes, Dinesh.
Sir, this is Dinesh. I have 5 years experience in civil engineering.
Okay.
So I wanted to transition my career as data analyst in this sector on. So what should be my approach?
So
I have no
analyst,
experience
why not data scientist?
Anyway, but
anything.
I have no experience in programming. So just first I want to transition my career as data, and then I can try for data scientist.
Okay.
As it involves some more coding and all.
So okay, one thing for sure, Dinesh, see, you have to learn first this particular topic. So you have to enroll into some of the course. See, I'm not a brand ambassador for any of the institute, not even for Learnbay. It is your choice, your money. You decide on the basis of your today's understanding from the class where you want to join, whichever is more economical to you, you join. But one foremost thing is you have to join some course. Okay.
Yeah.
Any course you join, who can actually guide you programming, who can teach you programming, who can teach you machine learning and application. That is the foremost thing. Second thing is, I'm from the civil engineering background. Will industry be taking me? Will they entertain me? Because I'm from civil engineering background. So the answer for this is, just some time back, I was talking about my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is from civil engineering background.
Okay.
And he used to make some cements and concrete on something on some of the site as an intern. And that was the time he realized that he cannot stay on this in the sunlight, and he cannot take this kind of laborious job. And then he came to me, Jijaji, tell me what I should do. Then I told you, join this particular course, enroll in this particular course. And now he's working as a data scientist in Capgemini. Okay, and he's working in one of the same thing, hydrocarbons, oil and mining and construction company. So he is handling this particular project. So definitely for civil engineers also, we have the openings available, but you will be working with these kind of companies: oil rooms, Airbnb, construction companies, oil and mining companies, some nuclear power plant. Right now, one of my friend who is again from mechanical engineering background, he also learned under me. And he is right now working with Qatar smart cities. Qatar is making smart cities. So he is being enrolled as a data scientist into Qatar smart cities from Capgemini. So he is now traveling to Qatar, and in Qatar he will be working. So data science is everywhere. So don't worry about the job perspectives. But yes, it will not happen directly. You will get an advantage. So suppose if I have done this data science course and Dinesh has done. So in the construction domain, Dinesh will be getting more chances, rather I will be getting. Okay, because Dinesh is also having the knowledge from the civil engineering side.
Hello, sir.
And my doubt is,
Charan.
I have no experience in coding. So will they consider if I take any course?
Coding you have to learn. Without coding, nobody will take you in this domain.
I will learn course, but I have no experience, right?
No experience is not an issue. That experience we will create for you here. So don't worry. So here we teach you how to fake your resume, how to make the fake profile. So we are very good in lying. We are very good in faking. So don't worry about that. So that we will make you prepare for all those kind of situations. So don't worry. Life is never into the white and black. It is always a gray area. It is in between white and black. So don't worry about that. So that we do something here. And anyways, personally also, if you are going somewhere else also, and later in the future, if you need my help, connect with me over the LinkedIn. I'll help you out in preparing your resume and all. So don't worry.
Sure, sir.
Hello, I'm Charan.
Hi, sir.
What is the difference? Hello.
Yes, Charan.
As a data analyst and as a data scientist, what are the skill set required? Should I start as a data analyst, or is it to become a data analyst, and what are the skill required that data analyst?
Data analyst is the person who basically work with the data analysis. So the skills required for a data analyst is Python programming, SQL, MongoDB. MongoDB means NoSQL database, any kind of NoSQL database. NoSQL is MongoDB, Cassandra, PySpark, these kind of things. So no MongoDB you can learn, and you can learn one visualization tool like Tableau, Power BI, Tableau, whichever you like, whichever you want, whichever is having high demand. So right now Tableau and Power BI are the having the high demand. This is more than enough for getting into a data analyst role.
Okay, Python, Tableau, and SQL. Only that.
SQL and one NoSQL.
NoSQL. Okay.
NoSQL is MongoDB.
Should I learn it by using Udemy?
Whichever way you are comfortable.
Okay.
It's just 11-month course, na, sir.
Hello, sir.
I'll take one question from, I think, Parth. I think
Hello.
Parth is talking. Okay. Yes.
Hello, sir.
No, wait. I want to take one question from the female who was talking. I don't know her name.
Yeah, Mobina, sir. Sir, not becoming in this course after completing, it is better to go as a data scientist, or first we have to look for data analyst. Step by step we have to go. Which
After doing this course, you should go into a service company. Okay, you should not go into a product company. I know your question is different, but I'm giving a different answer. Doesn't matter, data analyst, data scientist, machine learning engineer, business analyst, business associate, data science associate, deep learning engineer, NLP engineer, any profile, target service companies first. Why I'm telling the target for service companies first is because what will happen in the service companies, you will be actually learning how to work in the industry. You will be getting some real-time scenarios, and service industries generally what happens, you will not be having much of the work pressure. So I'm not saying that don't target at all product companies, but generally what happens in product company, demands will be more, demands will be higher, and generally in product company sometimes what happens, you will be in the individual contributor role. But in service company what happens, they have the big teams available, you will have the time to settle, you will be
any example company do you know, sir, about service companies?
TCS, Accenture, Wipro, HCL, Unisys, all these companies you can join. So I suggest any profile. First you join service company, target service companies, be there for 1 year, learn, and settle down in the domain, and then leave.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hi, Utkarsh, can you ask, please?
Yes, you can ask. I think one person is not muting them.
Somebody is not muting. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So Utkarsh, sorry. Hope you can hear me. This is Faz.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll give a background about myself. Actually, my experience is total 14 years. Last 5 years, I'm in a managerial role in a service-based IT company.
Okay.
I did my graduation in computer science only. And I started with Infosys as a developer, but for first 2 years, right? But so somehow I moved into infrastructure domain within IT. So I was working in end user computing space on the infrastructure side purely. I mean, not into development, coding and all. Although, I mean, I have a background, I am a science graduate, computer science graduate. So what are the prospects for me? I mean, you know, I have
What is your total experience?
14 years.
14 years. Okay. So right now, the biggest requirement in the market, have you heard this particular term, MLOps, AIOps?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've just heard of it. I don't know much about it.
I'm just asking here, have you heard of that's all?
Yeah.
So MLOps and AIOps. So MLOps is basically the area where we specifically talks about infrastructure. So right now, many of the companies wants the infrastructure to be AI driven. Okay. Automated pipeline creations, automated model deployments, automated application generation, automated app deployments. So it is one of the hot area, one of the most sought area. The only gap which I'm seeing in your profile and going in transitioning into, so you should target MLOps. You should not target data scientist. You should not target data analyst. You should not target data engineer. You should target the profile of MLOps because this is the most relevant profile for you. Now, this is one thing. You will be targeting MLOps. Second thing. Now, if you are not comfortable with the programming, you are telling me that I have mostly worked with the infrastructure portion by scheduling the jobs and all these things. What I will recommend you, leave this programming part, do the MLOps course on the cloud. Okay, learn some clouds, for example, Google Cloud, Azure, or I will suggest go with Azure. Learn Azure, see on Azure how to schedule, how to create the infrastructure and platform. When you will be doing one certification, we don't give those kind of certifications in Learnbay. We are purely into data science. So do some cloud certification. Specifically, my suggestion is Azure. Do it on Azure and learn how infrastructure can be triggered and actually scheduled on Azure itself, and move into MLOps domain.
So, okay. So for now, Utkarsh, I mean, I have registered for a course on Learnbay. I mean, it is starting next week. It's on data science managers program. So will that be of any help to me? I mean,
that will take you to the data science domain.
Okay.
Okay. But if you want to be in the infrastructure, then infrastructure.
No, that is not my preference. See, it's not that I don't want to. I'm not good at programming. I mean, I said I started with as a developer, but somehow because of some reasons, switching off job and all, I moved to infra. It's not that I moved there by choice. But I mean, I'm okay if there is a need to do programming or do all kind of complicated stuffs in machine learning. I know I can do it. I haven't done it, but I'm ready to learn.
See, it's not, nothing is complicated here. See, any technology you can learn in 1 week. So that is not an issue, but I'm just talking from the interest point of view. So if you're interested to explore in this area, then definitely fine. But from background point of view, you can later also move into the MLOps. So it is always good if you are having the data science knowledge rather than directly going on to the cloud. I always suggest people learn data science and then go to cloud. But
yeah, I mean, that will be the ultimate goal, right?
Ultimate goal, yes.
As of now, I have to just get into the domain. So my most important question at this point of time is, see, I have 14 years of experience and my CTC also, right, as of now is at par with the industry, right? So how easy for me it will be to transition into a data scientist role or any relevant role within data science domain? And will it be possible for me to find a job with that expected CTC and all?
Definitely. So see, same thing I told you. See, that is depending on the type of company you are going. See, definitely Wipro TCS will not offer such kind of CTC, but JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs offers that kind of CTC. United Health Group offers that kind of CTC, and Glaxo and Smith offers that kind of CTC. So that should not be a problem, but definitely, and that is true for any designation and any domain. See, as you will be rising in your career, as you will be rising in your CTC portion, the opportunities will be keep on becoming less and less. And that is true again for data science as well. But the only differentiation is in data science, we have a lot more openings available as compared to any other domain. And it is again a niche skill set. So definitely companies are happy to offer the more CTC and doable, possible. That's what I'm saying.
Hello, sir.
So guys, just 1 minute. So I just want to give you guys a break. I think somebody from Learnbay will actually connect with you for one link. So let me give you a 15-minute break, and at 6:55 we will again start, and I'm handing over to the Learnbay admin. Okay, and I'll take up your questions. Don't worry. We'll take up your questions.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, guys. So hope this session was useful. So I think you guys, a few of you guys have doubts, and we are trying to take as many questions as we can. Thanks Utkarsh for taking these many questions. Now, what I'll do, guys, first of all, I'm going to share you a link, okay, a Calendly link. You can book your session, and you will be getting the calls from our counselors. And even if you want to talk to few of our trainers, you guys can get in touch with them. Okay, so please fill this form, and that will help you guys to get the counseling done. So any question you have related to the course, related to the Learnbay, you guys can fill this form, and we will make sure that you guys get call from Monday onwards. Okay. So I'll just give a brief about Learnbay, what Learnbay, when it has started. So, and I'll give a brief about the course also, so that you guys can have a good understanding that what all courses we are providing, and how, in case if you are willing to take the course, we will be giving you some offer as well. Okay, so basically Learnbay, we are into the multiple courses. We are providing mainly two courses. One is the data science. Currently I have opened the brochure for data science and AI master's program, and another course is into the full stack development. Yeah. Okay. So we started in 2015, and we are now a established institute, and we have helped many students throughout these years in doing the transition. And we are the only institute which is providing the domain specific training to in the field of data science. Okay, so I'll just let you know. So that's why even these sessions, when we organized it, we kept it very limited. We wanted not more than 100 students so that we can take the questions from everyone. And since our webinars is for limited students, similarly our classes are also for the limited students. It's not like you're gonna get more than 100 or 150 students, and it creates a chaos into the class. So basically we keep the limited number of students into the batches, and our classes are live interactive session. It will be conducted just like this, how we are conducting this webinar session. It will be conducted just like this into the live session also, where you can raise your hand, you can ask your questions from the trainer. So I'll be taking you through, guys, to the course details. So first of all, this is the Learnbay master program, where you get everything, whether you want to be a data scientist, whether you want to be a manager or leaders in the data science field, or if you want to be a data analyst or business analyst, everything is included into it. If you'll take this master program, everything, starting from programming and till machine learning or AI or project management tools, like different project management tools we have, and DevOps, and everything is basically included into it in this particular program. So you guys can go ahead and look into the detailed syllabus. The prerequisite for this course is, if I'll say that you don't have, even if you're coming from non-programming background, that's not a big concern for us. We have taught many students who are coming from non-programming background, non-coding background, and we have helped them in doing the career transition. In fact, in our batches, if you look at most of our batches, 60 to 70% of our students are coming from non-coding background. Okay, so you don't have to bother about that. If you're not having any programming background, how you'll be able to take up this course, or how you'll be able to survive into this course. So you don't have to worry about that. So we'll be starting from programming. First of all, we start with Python, then we go to statistics, machine learning, and then with the rest of the modules. So you have the option, you will be getting the access for our live classes for 3 years, and you can attend these classes many times. For example, let's say after attending one full batch of Python, if you feel that if you're not confident in Python programming, so you can repeat these classes again in a next batch. Okay, so there are students who are coming from, there were few students who were from mechanical background or civil background, so they couldn't understand the Python programming in the very first batch. So we have given them the option to join the next batch, and then they were comfortable, and even they have done the transition also finally. Okay, so basically, if I'll talk about the prerequisite, there is no such prerequisite for our course. Everything will be starting from scratch. Okay, now who is this program for? So anyone who is having minimum 6 months of experience, be it technical or non-technical domain, doesn't matter. And if you have done your graduation, okay, that is very much requirement. Like diploma and 12 standard or 10 standard candidates are not allowed into this course. So minimum the graduation is required. Next, our trainers are all you can see Utkarsh. Similarly, we have many trainers who have more than 8 years of experience, and they are currently working as a data scientist into top notch companies, be it service based or product based, and they have wide area of expertise. So they will be training you on every bits and pieces of data science technologies and tools. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Our trainers are completely coming from the from the data science domain. So they are currently working as a data scientist, so they will be able to impart the knowledge which is required you to become a industry expert. Okay, and after completing our training, we have got the feedback wherever we have referred our students. We have got the feedback from those companies that actually your students are quite good and they have quite clear concepts, and they are ready to work from the very next day. So that's our base. That's how we train our students. So our classes will be live, interactive, and you will be coding into our live sessions. Okay, so questions and assignments will be given into the live classes, and you have to work on that. Okay, now if I'll talk about the batches, so we have 2 batches. One is weekday batch and one is weekend batch. Weekday batch for this particular course takes around 13 months, and classes will be from Monday to Friday, where the classes will be for 2 hours per day, and weekend batches will be for 15 months for this particular course, and classes will be on Saturday and Sunday, 3.5 hours. Timing will be, for weekday batch, we have 2 time slots. One is in the morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. or you can take up the evening batch, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. As I said, that our course is specifically designed for working professional. So we have kept all our classes either before the working hours or after the working hours, and even on Sunday. So the batches are from 8:30 to 12 or 12:30 to 4. So these all are the total 4 time slots we have. Based on your availability, you can select the time slots. Okay. Now, so if you will be looking at now, there are a few features which I would like to explain here. Domain specialization. If, as I said in the beginning, that we are, we are the only institute which is providing the domain specific training. So what happens, for example, as Utkarsh was saying, actually he misplaced the word. So it's not about faking. Actually, what we do when it comes as for example, if someone is coming from banking domain, right? So you tell me why your profile will be shortlisted as a data scientist if you're working as a manager in some bank, right? So if you're applying as a data scientist, why your profile will be shortlisted? So what we do from our end, we make sure that you are working on the banking related project and you are having some knowledge about that. So for example, if you will update that project into your resume, right, you have worked on that project in your own capacity, then how they will understand whether you have the knowledge or not. So they'll be asking the question related to that project in the interview. If you are able to explain, then obviously they will be giving you a second thought, because again, so data science is quite new to the market, right? And if you go and ask for the the experienced data scientist into the market, probably it's really hard to get the experienced data scientists. Those who have made the transition 4, 5 years or 7 years back, there are very few students. Like if I'll say actual data scientists who are working into the market as a data scientist from more than 7 years are just 5%. Rest 80 to 90% or 95% are making the transition. And when you are trying to make the transition in the field of data science, you need to have mainly 3 things in your bucket. One is the programming knowledge, that should be Python or R. The second thing would be the mathematics, and the third would be the domain knowledge, right? So that is where if you are coming from a specific domain, we are going to provide you the domain related project, which probably you can showcase that you have worked on that project in your own capacity. And then they'll be asking the question. If you are able to explain, if you are able to answer those questions, then that will help you to crack the interview or probably to get a job also. Okay. So this is about the domain specialization. So just like banking, we have multiple other domains. We have mechanical, we have civil, we have aeronautics domain, then we have sales, marketing, and HR. So there are total a set of 8 to 9 domains across which we provide the training, and you are going to work on the projects related to this domain. So your past experience will become relevant, right? So if you have worked in sales for 5 years, you are going to work on a sales project, and that you will show in your resume as that you have worked on that project in your own capacity, right? So based on that, you are trying to make a transition into the sales data scientist profile. Okay. Next is Project Innovation Lab. So what it is, so in a few of the major cities across India, like Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore, we have offline classes. Offline classes as in not for the whole course, but it is just for the project. So our project sessions are going to be in classroom, offline sessions, okay, in these major cities. So the locations are updated on our website. You can go and check. As of now, we have only one location, and going forward in the future, we are going to extend this program. So as we'll get a good response, which is expected, which we are we are getting a good response from our student, and they are visiting our center. So they'll be coming to those locations and they'll be doing the projects with the trainer into those locations. Okay. And as well as those projects will be online as well. It's not like if you're coming to offline classes, if you miss the classes, you can do it from your home as well. So online and offline mode will be there. So basically our classes runs in the hybrid model. Basically all the classes will be in online, and the projects will be into the offline sessions into these major cities. Okay. Now, next, if I'll be coming to the one-on-one dedication. So basically our classes will be live interactive session. You'll be attending these classes with your peers, with your colleagues who will be enrolling into that particular batch. But let's say after attending the session, if you have some doubt, okay, if you are going through the videos, you came across few doubts, then what to do? So we have our one-on-one doubt clearing session, which you can book from our LMS portal, and one mentor will be assigned to you, just like, you know, I have shared a Calendly link. Similar kind of Calendly link will be shared to you on the LMS, and you can book your session and you can ask the doubt, you can clear your doubt. So this is the one-on-one dedication, and this is available throughout the week. Next, we have 3 years of subscription into this course. So this 3 years of subscription is for live classroom. So like you can attend our live classes for 3 years. So this, many students use this feature in our institute. So for example, someone has taken our course in 2019. Okay, and they had done the transition already at that time, but again, like, there was a student who wanted to revise these concepts again, and he joined our classes again in 2021, and because he wanted to do the second level of transition or second transition, so he came and he joined the classes, and again it was helpful for him. So basically you can also use it in the same way. So basically we are not going to help you in doing your first transition, but in probably in the second and third transition also. Okay, this will help you. Not only this, even this feature can be useful in a way where you don't understand a topic or a concept in one batch, so you can attend the second batch for the same topic. Okay, now so these all are few of the feature. As I said, our classes are 100% live interactive. It will be conducted on Zoom. 3 years of subscription we have for live classes, hybrid model, unlimited guaranteed interview calls into this particular course for 3 years. Okay, so it means, like, as I said, that we are not going to help you only into the first transition, but in the second, third transition and successive transition also, and one-on-one doubt clearing sessions. Okay, now when it comes to the certification, so in this course we have 2 certificates. One is, like, both certificates you will be going to get from IBM, and first certificate will be the project certificate, the projects on which, like, three capstone project certificate you can get from IBM into this course. So like whatever projects you'll be working on, let's say you select the domain as you want to work on the banking domain project, right? So you can get one banking domain project certificate from IBM. The secondary domain you want to select as your let's say you want to make a transition into the retail domain, so you can select the retail domain and you'll be getting the second project certificate from the retail domain. So basically 3 capstone project certificate you'll be getting from IBM. Apart from that, you'll be getting one certificate from the IBM for the course that you have successfully completed this course with the module mentioned on the right hand side. You can see the sample certificate over here. Okay, now what all domains we have, as I said in the beginning, so there are total 7 domain electives. You can select sales, marketing and HR, then healthcare, then BFSI, then manufacturing, automotive and telecom, e-commerce and supply chain, oil, gas and energy, media, hospitality and transportation. So these all are the domain across which we are providing the training. Okay, now so we have the tie-up with a few of the companies, 250 plus product and service based companies. So we are going to provide you the interview calls, which is included into this course. Okay, next we have these all are a few of the success stories. You can see that, people, how they have done the transition. So he was math professor, and then he have done the transition into a company called Teleperformance. Ankit Biswas, he was a software engineer. Then Preksha Misa, she was from telecom domain and she did a transition into the HCL. Right. Similarly, we have Ritesh Kumar, who was from mechanical domain and has done a transition into Capgemini. Then we had Shravanti, she was from mechanical domain again, and she has done the transition into the Ford Motors. Then we have Israr, who was again from mechanical and done the transition to TCS. So you guys can go through it, and we have a long list of our alumni who have done the successful transition into the data science. So you guys can go through it, and even you can connect them on LinkedIn as well. Okay, so this is the transition process. First of all, we'll be starting with the learning. Then there'll be assessment after every module. When you complete one module, there'll be a test. You have to clear that test to get into the next module. If you don't clear the test, you'll be getting the call from our course coordinator, and they'll be asking you to re-attend the batches. Okay, you'll be giving 2 chances for clearing that test. Okay, then we have 20 live projects. So these projects are done at the different stages. For example, after completing Python, we'll be working on 3 to 4 case studies. After completing statistics and machine learning, we'll be working on around 4 to 5 projects. And then after completing deep learning and NLP, we'll be working on 6 projects. And then after completing the rest of the modules, we'll be working on the rest of the projects. Okay. Then after completing all the projects, you can apply for the IBM certificate. And then we provide the profile grooming, which is the job assistance program. So in this, we help you in building your resume, and we also provide one-on-one mock interview calls. This will be again from the industry experts. Okay. Now, those who have attended the webinar, you guys will be getting the call. I have shared the link, and I'm going to share the link again. So I would request you guys to kindly fill this form so that we can arrange the call from our counselor, and you can discuss about the course fee. So those who have attended the webinar, those who will fill this form, they'll be getting around 20% of the discount on this course fee. So you guys can apply for that. All the options are available. You can go for no cost EMI, or you can go for the financing from the different institutions like Propelled and Liquid Loans. Okay, so these options are available. So this is the program outline, how our course are conducted. So first we have spatial programming classes. As I got to know that there are few students who are coming from non-programming background, they're having the question that if I'm from non-programming background, can I make my career into the data science? So we have spatial programming classes for that. So initially, before starting the course, we provide 8 to 10 hours of spatial programming classes, which you can repeat as many times as you want. Like if you'll repeat 2 times, it will be enough. So spatial programming sessions that will help you to build your basic strongs into programming, and then you will be going to the normal classes where again those sessions will be repeated, and you'll learning the Python programming from basic to advanced. Next, we have statistics and machine learning, which is for 70 hours. Then we have data science tools, which is for 106 hours, AI tools, which is for 120 hours, and data science essentials, which is for 180 hours, where you have data structure algorithm, business analytics, project management, Excel. Those who are into the development, they probably know that, DSA again, how important it is. So we are teaching this one also, in case if someone interested, they can learn this. Okay. So these all are few real-time industrial-based projects. What all projects we are going to work upon during this course. So we have listed those projects, and what is the course outline, how and what topics will be covered. You can see Git and GitHub, like all the tools will be covered. Whatever you need to work into the industry, everything will be covered into this particular course. So you guys can go through it and look into the course details. And yeah, so any question related to the course or course content from anyone? Please, okay, so you guys can unmute yourself and ask the question. Any question, guys? Any question?
Hello.
Yes.
If I enroll for this program, and if I want to do project, I am in Pune. If I want to do project in your shop means in your
Pune center, yes.
Pune center, then is it available for me?
Yes,
in Sunday only.
In Pune, we have our center. You can see the address over here. Okay.
Okay, but is it available in Sunday?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday only projects will be conducted. Project sessions will be conducted, right?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question. You talked about live projects, right? There are a couple of centers across the country where we can go and do the live projects. Right? So currently I'm in NCR. So do we have a center in NCR?
Delhi, we have. You can look into the location where exactly it is. Okay. So we have Delhi around this location. You can look into this. See, as of now, we have recently started this feature. So based on the response we are getting, we'll be extending this locations in these different cities.
Okay, so currently, I mean, is this location operational? Because see, I have already registered for this master's program. My classes are starting next week. So whenever, when exactly we are going.
Yeah, these centers are operational. Even you can go ahead and visit these locations.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, this is Shivam.
Yes, Shivam.
See, I am already a Learnbay student from 19th June batch, full stack, that program earlier, which was there with Learnbay. So how, as compared to that program, how this program is beneficial?
Full stack, which one? Full stack software development or full stack data science?
Full stack data science with artificial intelligence.
Full stack data science. Okay, so full stack data science, actually that was the managers and leaders course. Okay, so recently we have launched this particular product where we have included everything. So in the managers and leaders course, we were not having the AI model. That was optional. If someone wanted to take that, they could take that, right? But right now we have combined everything, and we have provided, like, if you take this course, so you don't have to do a separate course on business analytics, or don't have to do separate course on data analytics, or for the managers or leaders, or for AI, or for data science. Everything is combined into this, and you will get all the knowledge which is required you to become a data scientist, be it into the AI, or into the managers leaders role, anything, or into the business analyst, anything basically.
Okay. So if I want to switch from that to this one, how is it possible? Or I have to connect with someone else?
Contact our course coordinator, and I think that might have been already communicated to you, that you can upgrade your course to the master program, where you just have to pay the difference of the course fee.
Sure. And what is your name, sir? If I want to connect with you, and
my name is Abhishek.
Sure.
Okay, then so I'll hand over this session to Mr. Utkarsh. And guys, please fill the form. If you have any question, we can take up the questions from there, and I'll arrange the calls from the counselors. Okay. So Utkarsh, sir, you are there?
Yes, Abhishek, sir.
Okay. So just a second. Sir, can you unmute yourself so that I can? Yes, I got it. 1 minute. Yes, sir. So I've transferred the host to you. You can start the session now. So we'll take up the questions for another 15 to 20 minutes, guys, and we'll try to end the session now. Okay.
So, okay, guys. So anyways, we have now less people. So I think, yes. So I'll just take a couple of more questions, and then we'll close the sessions. We'll share the slides with you to go through these slides in detail. Specifically speaking, I want to discuss this one slide, which I have searched a lot. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So let us know if you want to start beginning your journey for transition into data science in any way, whatever way we can help you, we will provide the help. And one more thing I want to tell, like the majority of the success stories which you have seen in the brochure which Abhishek sir was showing, majority of students are were my students, and I'll not talk only about those success stories. Those are just 10 stories they have added. I think you name me any company, IT company, and at least 2 of my students are working as a data scientist in that company. Doesn't matter if it is a mid-level company or a bigger company, definitely not a startup, but yes, majority of the companies, 1 or 2 of my students are working on each and every role. Being from an associate or VP or probably director, many of my students are directors in the companies who created the teams in the companies itself. So a lot of those people are not mentioned in this particular brochure, which is very sad, but yeah, that is there. That is the case. And probably when you will be joining the courses, and the people who are already in the institute, associated with the institute, you can always have the chance to talk to these people via LinkedIn or via even Learnbay arranges sometimes the sessions from the alumni, so they can also guide you in those terms. So that is also another facility we have. Anyways, so I'll take more questions. So I think anybody who wants to
Charan. Hello.
Yeah, Utkarsh, Rajat this side. Earlier you have skipped my name.
Hello.
Utkarsh.
I am Charan.
Utkarsh. Hello.
Utkarsh,
One
sir.
second. So
Sir. Hello.
Yeah. So
Hello.
Rajat Mittal, who is Rajat Mittal?
Yeah, here.
So let's Rajat ask. Let Rajat ask one question, and then I'll take another question. Yes, Rajat.
Yeah, Rajat this side. So like as I'm going through the presentation earlier by the other sir, so I want to know like how much data structure is important in the whole journey.
0.
0 in the data science domain.
Data structure is not at all required.
As I've seen other courses also, but they are saying the weightage on data structure as well. So I'm not getting that.
I don't know, but the aim of data science industry is to fire all the people who are into data structures.
Hello.
So what we are just one second. So Rajat, what we are trying to do basically, we are trying to automate those processes itself. So data structures are not at all needed. I don't know which courses you are talking about, but anyways, it is not a bad thing to learn data structures as well, but they will be having zero use in your data science career. But definitely, I would recommend, like, okay, if any place you are getting more knowledge, or knowledge is never bad. If you are getting more modules, more knowledge, definitely take it up. But the problem, I'll tell you, if data science, data structure, multiple things you will start learning together, you will get confused and you will not be able to decide in which domain I should go. So that confusion will be always there. But as far as from practical point of view and theoretical point of view as well, data structures are not at all required. And I don't know if somebody has mentioned there in that into their course, probably as an additional module to cater more population, or to attract more population, they would have kept that. But as at all, not at all required. Okay. Who
Charan.
else?
Sir.
One.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir.
Charan, I already took the question from
Yes,
you.
yes. Only one question. Only one question. Only
I'll
one.
come to you in
Yes.
the line.
Hello.
Let me take
Only
from
one question.
other person. So this lady who is asking the question, I want to take the question from her. Yes.
Sir, I'm coming from a CA background and have also done my graduation. And I got the opportunity to work as an intern in NatWest Bank for business analyst for 6 months from now.
Okay.
So after that, I want to shift to Canada. So how would be the opportunity for me?
Canada is having a lot of opportunities for the data scientist, and especially in banking. So definitely now, if you know, from last 2 to 3 years, because of this US immigration problems, a major number of companies has shifted their base to Canada and UK. So in Canada, a lot of opportunities are available for IT engineers. Royal Bank of Canada, I personally know people who are working there as a data scientist in Ontario and these places. So definitely lot of opportunities. And if you are associated with Learnbay, you can always cover up your classes online. Many of the students are joining us from Turkmenistan, Africa, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, UK, and Dubai. A lot of students are actually who are across the globe are connecting with us, and they are working into various companies. Many of our students who actually learned in our institution now are, who were in India, they got the job outside as well. So one of my student, his name is Shrikant Saurabh. You can actually search him on LinkedIn. So I always give the name, so people should not think that I'm faking my capabilities or our institution capabilities. So I always give the name, and I always suggest to check this out on the LinkedIn if I'm lying or not. If I'm lying, definitely you should not join. If I'm not lying, definitely you should join. So Shrikant Saurav is the guy who was our student, and he got the offer from Germany. So right now he's a data scientist in Germany. Then there is one lady, I forgot the name, but I will share that name with you. She is working as a data scientist in Abu Dhabi Bank in Abu Dhabi. So in Dubai, a lot of our students got directly jobs into Dubai. So even though if you are not going Canada, there is a high chance you will get jobs from here itself if you will be applying for outside. So a lot of those cases are there. Opportunities are definitely there across the world. In Canada, 100% there are a lot of opportunities. If you would have been going to some other place, I would have said no. But Middle East and Canada, US, lot of opportunities.
Okay, so sir, from business analyst to data science, I won't have a problem, to shift.
No, you have to study data science, right? Business
Yeah,
analyst.
I have pursued the course of data science.
Then you can switch because you are just joining the organization, so they will be happily put you into any of the roles. So that will not be a hurdle for you. You are just starting, so that will not be an issue. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
As you have worked in so many domains, so what is your view on working in so many domains, switching on so many domains, or working on only particular domain and making career on that? So what is your view?
Okay, so I'll give you again a diplomatic answer. Okay, so one thing is basically, definitely if you are working into multiple domains, your experience will be versatile. Okay, you will be knowing the domain better, you will be knowing the data science area as a better, because you have worked on to multiple use cases, multiple stakeholders, different kind of domains, different type of business aspects you have seen. Just give me guys 1 minute, let me come back, somebody came, so just 1 second, give me. Okay, sorry for that. So where I was, like, yes, so you will be having a versatile experience in terms of working into multiple domains, and which will be definitely beneficial and useful. But what happens when you want to transition to the bigger roles, right? So suppose you want to become a director, you want to become a head of data analytics, you want to become some kind of CXO. When you want to rise on the bigger position, like many of the people were saying, I am having this much of package, I'm earning 50 lakhs as of now, will I be getting this much of package? You will be getting if you are associated with the same domain from last 10 years, right? So domain will come into picture in that case. So you are a technical person, but then you are associated with the banking domain from last 10 years. So definitely package rise will happen. So both things are there. So I say the people who are in the initial career, who are in the initial days of their career, you should not look for a particular domain. You should take the flavor for all the domains. And the people who are on the higher side of experience, I would suggest just pick one domain and just stick to that particular domain, because then that domain knowledge clubbed with artificial intelligence will give you the higher packages and higher ranges. So that is the reason I have decided to be in the banking space. So from past 5-6 years, I am associated with the banking. I worked with Australian bank. Then I'm right now I'm working with a US bank. So now I want to be in the bank. And as such speaking, again, it is your own choice as well, where you want to go, which particular domain you like. For me, the most passionate thing is money. So money attracts me a lot, and banks are the places who offer a lot of money apart from Amazon, Meta, and these kind of companies. So for me, the motivating factor is money. So that's why I joined this particular space. You find out what is your motivating factor. So I'm just being honest with you. Yes. Shubham,
Job be
you have any
automated?
question?
Hi, sir. Can data analyst job be automated?
Everything will be automated eventually, but we will be having a more time as compared to other technologies and other people. Okay, but again, you will be always maintaining those algorithms and those AIs as a data scientist. So probably we will survive for a longer duration. And I really don't have answer for this question as of now. Even governments doesn't know, even the regulators and authorities don't know what will be happening going forward with the AI. Will it be becoming a Terminator, or will it be a useless thing? Is it just a hype, or will it be becoming a Terminator, or will it be useful? Will it be eating the jobs? It is all in the future. We have to wait at least for 10 years. But one sure thing is, the people who are in data structure, they will be the people who will be losing their jobs first. And probably after 5 years down the line, we will be the people. But we will be having more time as compared to them. So that is the, again, honest answer. Yes, Shubham.
Hi, sir. What companies look for as a fresher?
Shubham, what is your question? You can unmute themselves. Okay, Shubham is
Hello, Utkarsh, can I?
So, yes.
Sir, I have nearly 2 years of experience as a data scientist in a fintech company. So, and I primarily worked in the field of regression and classification. So if I want to switch to a company like, let's say, JP Morgan, so what are the questions, or what kind of things will I be asked upon? Hence, my work has primarily been with tools like Excel, Jupyter, and some in-house deployment framework.
Same thing they will be asking, right? Whatever you have done on the same thing, and what kind of position you are applying for. If you are applying for similar position, same things they will be asking.
I have not worked in things like SageMaker or PySpark. So do I need to learn that stuff, or is
Depend
it
what kind of profile it is. So in my team, I will be asking all these things.
all these meaning?
Are you an instructor at
AWS,
Learn?
SageMaker and all these things.
Okay, so a basic list of what are the things that are currently in demand. If you can provide, it would be helpful.
That you will get it from my slides. So we will share these slides with you. You will get these skill sets detailed.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, one lady was
Hello.
asking some questions.
Yes, Utkarsh.
Yeah.
This
Please.
is Harshada.
Yes,
I'm having total 5 years of experience in IT industry, and I'm working as a DevOps plus cloud engineer, and we basically migrate applications from on-premise to cloud platforms. So in this various domains, like what will be the most suitable one for me, because I'm like desperately thinking of transitioning my career into this.
Okay, I don't know what are the reasons, but see, the domain in which you are right now working is itself is a very good domain. Okay,
yes,
it is a highly paying domain. I don't think you should change it. Okay, Learnbay can fire.
Yeah, but in the long run, in the long run, I was thinking.
No, the problem is Learnbay can fire me for telling this to you that you should not do this course. But again, honestly speaking, it is a great course. But yes, if you want to transition, so right now you are in the operations side, you are in the DevOps side. So what we call it as a
No, not in the operations side,
but DevOps side.
Infrastructure building and all.
Infrastructure. So basically what happens, a full stack data scientist is a person who knows DevOps as well as data engineering as well as data science. So yes, it will be an organic growth for you if you want to transition into that area, because now what is happening, if you will be asking me, so personally speaking, I'm a data scientist who is trying to learn DevOps now. I'm telling you truth. Okay, so to become a full stack, so you organically have that particular stack available with you. So it will be great, because see, definitely more will be the skills, better will be your package, and better will be your designation. So definitely, if you are interested, see, as of now,
Yeah, but it can become like jack of all trades but master of none sort of thing, right?
That kind of people are only required as of now in the IT domain. So we don't need master of any one thing. We need people who knows everything, something in every area. Those are the only people who are right now your managers, who are right now your directors, and who are right now your leads. Anybody who is just know one single skill, they cannot reach onto a bigger level. And if somehow they reached already, they will be fired soon. Okay, so yes, you should learn as many as things you can learn, because this is how the industry is transitioning themselves now. Because every 1 month technology is changing. 2 years back, 3 years back, when I started, 3 years when 6-7 years back, it was Excel. Then SAS came. Then SAS, after SAS, R programming came. Now R programming, now Python came. So you are saying, I worked on Excel, I worked on SAS, I worked on R, now I'm working on Python. Now I'm an Python expert. So you cannot stick to one technology. Even in DevOps, it is true. In DevOps, every year you should learn 4 new tools. Otherwise, you will be out of the picture.
Correct.
Is it correct or
yeah,
not?
But yes.
Every time it should happen.
Yeah, but still, you said you don't need to switch to this domain if you are already working in DevOps. But if I want to, then what would be the most suitable one for me?
You should target the MLOps.
MLOps. Okay.
MLOps. So MLOps are the people who are the combinations of DevOps, infrastructure, and machine learning. Same thing what somebody else was asking.
Yeah.
So you are also coming from the similar kind of profile. So, and yes, then you will not be worried about learning 2 or 3 new tools every year from the DevOps point of view, because in DevOps, there are many tools are keep on coming every day. So how many we will learn? So yes, but again, DevOps itself is a very good domain. I will not say it is a bad domain. And if somebody wants a chill life, don't want to make their life hectic, and want to roam around the world, go on to holidays without going to hospitals, then they should be in DevOps. But if you need to grow in your career, definitely you should transition yourself into MLOps area. Learn data science and be an MLOps engineer.
Avinash here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, guys, lot of people are there. So I think, okay, Avinash, I heard.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Avinash, ask your question.
Sir, I'm a final year BCom computer application graduate, and I'm currently pursuing an advanced certification program in data science and AI.
Hmm.
As a fresher, what should I be focusing? Like, should I go for internships or
Okay,
I
have
should
you
do
by
live
chance
projects?
by any chance have you heard of the name of this book, R.S. Agarwal?
Yes, sir.
So start studying that book, because the first exam for you which will be happening is the aptitude test. So for freshers, they don't care if you are from data science, data structure, whatever is your skill set. That is an additional advantage in the second round. First round will be always aptitude test. So learn properly learn the logical reasoning, aptitude questions, and whatever verbal reasonings are there. So you will be able to clear the first round first. So if you will not be able to clear the first round, then all your skill set will not be of any use, because in second round, they will be asking you all these things. And once first round is being cleared, so for freshers, second, third round is a formality. So don't worry. Just focus mostly on the verbal reasoning, all that portion along with it. Yes.
Which banking
Hi,
company?
Utkarsh.
Hello.
I will be again taking one question from.
Hello.
Yes, tell me, ask your question.
Hello.
Yeah, I'll take. Yes, please. Who is saying?
As a data analyst fresher, which role we should target? There are many roles as a data analyst, like
You
marketing.
cannot see there is one dialogue, beggars cannot be choosers. You cannot target any role. Whichever role you are getting, just enter. Okay. So we should not target. So experienced people can target. As a fresher, they are giving you data science job. That itself is a great thing, right? Even if it is data analyst, machine learning, data science, that is your luck, that is your destiny. But generally speaking, industry don't cater freshers in the data science industry. They cater the experienced people more. But as of now, you should not look for any of the targeting, any of the position. Whichever you are getting, get it, take it. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Utkarsh,
Hello.
Hi,
Can I ask?
Utkarsh.
Okay,
How
Archana.
can I?
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, Archana, let me take a
Hello?
question from Archana. Yes,
Yeah.
Archana.
Yeah, hi,
Hello?
Utkarsh. So I'm already enrolled in the course. So
Hmm.
how can I make my resume stand out for the role of data
For
scientist?
that, you have to join my batch in which I am teaching.
Yeah, I have already learned from you. But now it's time for me to apply. So that's
So
why I
did you
was
get the
asking.
resume preparation sessions from the Learnbay?
No, not yet.
So that will be arranged for you. Don't worry.
Utkarsh, what are the modules you are teaching, covering?
I'm covering, so I teach, depends on batch to batch. So I teach machine learning, statistics, natural language processing, computer vision, time series forecasting, and NLP. So all the modules I'm teaching, but for some batch I'm taking stats and ML. For some of the batches I'm taking time series. For some of the batches I'm taking natural language processing and computer vision. So depends on that.
And
For
are you teaching in any of the morning weekday batches?
I teach in both the places. Currently, I'm not teaching in any of the weekday batches, but probably from 16th onward, one of the weekday batches is scheduled. So probably I'll be taking that.
Okay, and
How
one
much
thing, Utkarsh, I wanted to ask, I mean,
Hello?
in data science, I mean, I hear a lot about deep learning and natural language processing, NLP. So can you shed some light on that? I mean, what is that area? I mean, and what are the prospects in that?
So see, NLP is the area where like we talk mainly about, see, machine learning, we mainly talk about numbers, okay, numerical data. In NLP, we mainly talk about the text data. So we can also handle the text data, and some of the basic example of text data is your Google Home, Amazon, Alexa. So Alexa is basically you are talking to Alexa and Alexa is interpreting your voice and analyzing the text and replying to you. So all these things comes under the NLP. And machine learning is basically when we are doing customer acquisition and when we are actually trying to analyze the historical data to take the decision. So that is the difference, text and numbers, basically the difference.
So suppose if we are targeting to completely get into data science and build a career out of it, I mean, just to go to till the pinnacle, not just a data scientist. I mean, just completely getting into a data scientist and targeting top-notch companies like Google, Microsoft, and all. So what should, if I talk about basics and pillars, so what should be our strongest area that we should work most on? I mean, in terms of modules, like Python is there, statistics is there, and a lot of couple of other things are there. So what are the most strongest areas that we should develop?
Statistics and machine learning.
Okay. And what about Python?
Python is a support tool.
It will be good to have. I mean, if you are fairly good,
it is mandatory.
Okay.
Without Python, stats and ML is not possible because models you will be creating in Python, right? So that is a basic tool. But see, simple example I'll give you. Excel example I'm giving you. See, do you know how to calculate average for any numbers?
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm giving you 1 to 10 numbers, you can take the average 1 plus 2 plus 3, 4, 5 divided by 10, and that is the average. Now, how to calculate this average in Excel? So Excel is a supporting tool for this statistical analysis. So Python is the supporting tool for this statistical analysis machine learning.
So I'm sure, I mean, I haven't worked on Python. So it must be having a lot of libraries which might be supporting statistical functions, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, guys.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Hello.
Yes, what is your question?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, audible.
Yes, sir. Previously, you said that the machine learning and AI is used in banking sector. So my question is that should with the help of risk manager and this machine learning, bank can reduce its NPA, which is called a non.
Yes, correct. They can reduce.
I have a question.
Hey, Utkarsh, can I ask?
Yeah, Ashish is asking the question. Yes.
Yes, Ashish. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is it possible, Utkarsh, to give me a very brief insight on the healthcare domain and who's the right person to connect on that?
Yeah. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yes, so healthcare domain, actually what happens in healthcare domain, so they are actually doing a lot of testing, lot of hypothesis testing where statistical modeling is heavily used. Okay. And for example, any new drug or any new vaccine is being developed, they are doing the testings and then they are analyzing the results. So health domain, it is being used. Another area in health domain where they are using is basically on the basis of your disease, they can actually recommend to you the diagnosis. One simple example I'll give you. I'll take 1 minute in this example, but it is a very good example of AI. So now what is happening? All of you have heard of Tata Cancer Research Institute in Mumbai. What problem they were facing? Basically, somebody who came up with the stage 1 cancer. And because of lot of people, lot of crowd comes every day into Tata Institute. So what was happening? Somebody who is on stage 1 cancer. So they can be saved, but they are not getting the date and they are not getting the communication with the doctor, or they are not getting the appointment with the doctor. And probably after 3 months, this person is getting the appointment with the doctor. Now, when this guy is getting the appointment with the doctor, he already reached on to stage 2 or stage 3 where she cannot be saved. Now, another problem is now somebody who is on stage 3 cancer cannot be saved, got the appointment first. So this was a very big issue happening in the Tata Cancer Research Institute. So now what they have done, they have actually included IBM Watson. So IBM Watson is using one AI technique where what it will be doing, it will be taking patients' reports. On the basis of the patient reports, it will calculate the probability that which patient is having the higher chance of saving. So whichever patient is having the higher chance of saving, he or she will be getting the appointment first, and then the people who are already on stage 2 or stage 3 as per the report. So right now they are not being diagnosed that they are on stage 2 or stage 3. But even before that diagnosis, my model will tell me that this guy will be having high probability of stage 3 because of whatever reports, hemoglobin level or blood level or skin thickness, whatever portions I am getting. So now what is happening? A majority of people who can be saved are getting first appointment, and other people are given later appointments. So this is one of the very big use case which is saving the lives like anything in this particular area using the simple AI. So this is one of the use case.
I have a question.
Who is the right person to connect on healthcare domains actually? Just wanted to connect on, I just wanted to expedite on the DICOM domain actually.
So I don't know as of now in Learnbay. Probably you have to ask Abhishek and the operations team. They can.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you can fill the form and we'll connect you with the the trainer. Ashish, right?
Yes, this is Ashish.
Yeah, Ashish. So you fill the form and we'll connect you with the trainer from the healthcare domain. Okay.
Sure, we'll do
And
that.
another thing, guys, I think we are having a hard stop here at 7:30. So if you have any questions for Abhishek sir, you can ask. So I'm dropping the session here, and any more questions you can actually send to Abhishek sir and to in the form, and we can have one-on-one interaction later. So thanks a lot for your questions, and thanks a lot for staying till this time, till for 2.5 hours. And I'll be in touch with you.
Can you
Please
take,
feel free
one
to.
last question?
PPT, sir, PPT of this lecture
Will be
Yes,
shared.
it will be shared in the mail, and the recording will also be shared in the mail. And we are also going to conduct this same session because there was some technical issue from our end, so many people couldn't join. So we are going to conduct this webinar on the same topic next week. So if you guys are
with Utkarsh sir.
Yes, with Utkarsh sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, guys. So I'm dropping off. I think Abhishek sir, I'm handing over to you, and you guys can drop me the messages over LinkedIn. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you, Abhishek sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Utkarsh.
Thank
It
you.
was great.
So
Abhishek sir, can I ask something?
Yes, please.
So are we going to organize other webinars for other domains as well?
Yes, we are going to. So as of now, this webinar, we are going to conduct another webinar on the same topic by next week. And after that, similarly, in the consecutive weeks, we will be conducting the webinars on healthcare, retail, sales, marketing, HR, every domain, one by one.
Okay.
Who is the person who I can connect to with, like who is the trainer in energy domain?
Energy domain, we have a student called not student, we have a trainer called Vikas who is having around 12 years of experience, 15 years of experience into the oil, gas and energy domain. So you can connect with him. So we can you can fill the form, and we have mentioned one field called any specific question. If you will mention
I am already an enrolled student at Learnbay.
Okay. So Vikas karke ek trainer is there. So I'll connect you with him. So I'll ask my operation team to connect you with them. Okay.
If I enrolled for this program, do you provide training of all the domain or any specific domain?
All the domains. Okay, so that depends. Like if you are taking master's program, you have the option to do the projects on all the domain. In other courses, you have to select minimum 1 or 2 domain.
Okay.
Maximum 1 or 2 domain.
And in how many days I will get interview calls?
Minimum 5 to 6 months will take for you to prepare for the interview calls. Minimum 5 to 6 months.
Okay. What if I know Python? What if I know Tableau? What if I know any SQL and some machine learning?
For interview calls, you need to know Python, statistics, machine learning. That is the minimum requirement. Rest all tools, if you know, that is added advantage. But if you know Python, then you can take up a test at our you can conduct a test, and then you can skip the Python classes. You can directly go for statistics and machine learning. But these 3 things are required:
machine learning, Python,
and statistics.
Okay. Do you provide any recorded session?
Yeah, for every class you'll be getting the recording into our LMS.
Okay, and it is for 3 years subscription.
Recordings will be available for lifetime. Live class access you'll be having for 3 years.
Okay. Recording of every domain.
Every domain, every class. If you take master's program, then you'll be getting the recording for every domain.
Okay.
Hello.
So, Abhishek, I actually tried connecting with someone earlier.
Okay.
I wanted some data regarding the partners that you have in each and every domain.
Okay.
Just to see that
It's not domain wise, Bipin. We don't have see, if you'll talk about TCS has the projects from every domain. Infi have the projects from every domain, right? So it's not like domain wise we have any partners when it comes to the companies where we do refer. But yeah, we have almost connect with almost all the top product based service based companies, and even we have contacts into the product based companies along with the startups. Okay. So if you want, we can provide few of the list. Vipin, so let me arrange the call from Shanti. She is our operation head, and she'll provide.
I got a list, but like I wanted a domain, but I'm sorry,
In
I think
energy domain you want, right? In energy domain
sorry?
specifically. In energy domain specifically you want, right?
It's not like this. I want the energy domain specifically. Just if I get an idea, ki, what kind of collaborations you have or what companies should I can target. Like at least like I can research about other companies as well, which are like more famous, more popular in terms of opportunities. So I just wanted to see ki, what are the collaborations that you have and all that thing.
Okay. So what, like, I need to look into this, like what list has been shared with you, Vipin, then. So see,
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
basically it's between product based companies and service based companies. Rest, I think some few names are written, but it is majorly categorized as service and product based. That's all.
Yes. So, like, see, as I said, we know they might have shared you a list of around 30 to 40 companies, and there
I
are
guess,
many
yes,
other
I guess.
startup. If you'll share all the list, then it will become a huge one, right? So, that's the collaboration over.
ठीक है. I don't need that. I just wanted ki if, because the only thing, I mean, I think Learnbay has I mean, your USP is basically domain specific specialization, isn't it? That's what like
That's the
one thing
training.
that
It's not the company tie-up. See what happens. For example, if someone is coming from mechanical domain, they will be getting the calls from Bosch also, and they'll also be getting the calls from TCS as well. If TCS has any project from the automotive industry or the mechanical industry, they can apply there. So it depends.
yes, makes sense. But I mean, I was curious enough to see ki if chalo theek hai, if you have something like this, if you can share it with me, it would be good. Otherwise, that one list has already been shared.
Okay. I'll connect with them and I'll ask them to share with you. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Which domain has highest demand or highest future scope?
See, as of now, what we have seen right now into the market, the most demand is into the banking domain and healthcare domain. As of now, what we can see.
And what about the payout? I mean, which pays best?
Best, according to our data, like best payout. One of our student who got placed into the Boeing. So Boeing company as a data scientist. So he got the highest package from us. But at the same time, if you'll be looking at the more number of students who get placed into the banking domain, they also have got a good amount of package there as well.
So for that guy whom you're talking about who got placed in Boeing, I mean, he was a lateral. I mean, how much experience he had in other technology before coming to data science?
He was into the testing domain, into the aerospace industry itself from past 4 years, and then he got placed into the Boeing.
Okay.
How much package he got?
He got around somewhere around, like including ESOPs and everything, he got around 42 LPA.
Okay, if I am a fresher, I am starting as a data scientist by learning Learnbay program, then how much minimum package I will get?
See, for freshers, I can't say a specific package, but yes, if according to the market requirement for freshers, the package, generally the standard package range for the fresher is around 3 to 4 LPA. But yes, if you're trying to get into the data analyst role, you can easily fetch something above 5 to 8 LPA. That would be the range. Initially,
data analyst role, 5 to LPA.
5 to 8 LPA, that is the minimum I'm telling. And it depends again how your interview goes and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then. So thank you, guys. I'll end this session here, and then we'll conduct this session again. And please fill the form. We'll be able to take the more questions over there. Okay. On the call.
Sir, just one last question, Vivek here.
Yeah.
I've just received the email. I was not having access to my internet, and I'm enrolled in master's course here in Learnbay. So can you please tell me like what the session is about, like any important info has been shared so that...
No, this session was just a webinar session to create an awareness that how you can make a transition in the field of banking domain as a data scientist. If you are coming from banking domain or you are not coming from banking domain, how you are going to, how we are going to help, or how you are going to make the transition, what all things you need to learn. These all things were the point of discussion for this webinar session.
Okay, sir. Will there be recording links will be sent to our email?
Yes, recordings will be sent by tomorrow. By second half, we'll be sending the recording to all the registrants.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So Abhishek, one more question, like currently we are in January 2023. So how do you see the demand for data scientists and or within different specializations in data science domain in the next 6 months to 1 year in India?
See, this is the short-term something demand you are asking for. So short-term, obviously, there is a demand, okay, for the data scientists, but generally people have the concern whether they is it a bubble which is going to burst in coming 4, 5 years or 10 years down the line?
Yes.
I would say it's not exactly, because see, right now, you are using mobile, you are using TV, you are using computer, you are connected to the internet, and tell me how much data you are generating on a daily basis. And one more question, if you can answer that, are you going to stop generating this data over the years? Obviously not, right? So this is never it's a loop which has started, and when it will end we don't know, but how it will and how it will end, that also we don't know. So obviously no one can predict that, no one can say that it is going to die in coming 5 years or 10 years. It will be there, but yes, next technologies might replace. So for example, if you'll go back in 2007 to 2012, at that time there were a huge demand of Java developers and all, right? Now because of this data science, Python developer, this kind of profiles are being created. Probably the next would be the AI, more towards AI, but again that will be the extension of data science, right? Okay, then thank you everyone. Thanks for joining this session and being with us. Hope you enjoyed this session, and we'll keep on conducting this session. Please stay in touch with us and join the session. We are just doing one thing. We are creating the awareness about the data science into the market. And also there are a lot of students who feel like, how to do the transition or how to get the job into the data science, and many questions, as you said, Faz, that, what is the future of this data science? So this is the thing that we wanted to do. And this was the sole purpose of conducting this kind of session. So hope you guys will be joining our next sessions and you'll enjoy the session. Okay.
So sharing the presentation and the video would be very helpful for us.
Yes, Alish, we'll be sharing the recordings as well as the PPTs by tomorrow afternoon. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.